Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah, about time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wonder why? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be tripping, starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, leg guy propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame, ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds, think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe, tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do, come vibe with the blue. Yeah, come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the. Wise grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd without fear, in the building. What's good, my people? We got Carter Presents with us. We are back for the 146th episode of the Blerd Cave. So we out here. It's a lot of numbers. It's a lot of numbers. But anyways, what's up, people? What's going on? What's popping out here in these streets? Carter, what's good with you?
I've been saying it to you before we started, but I just need to say it again one more time. I miss having a mouse. Having to use this touchpad is on this laptop is just...
It's nasty, ain't it? You starting to wonder why they made touchpads, aren't you? Well, here's the good news. The good news, ladies and gents, is we got a bunch of news to talk about. We're also gonna have a guest joining us here in a little bit. So we're actually not going to stand on ceremony too much right now, because we got a lot to talk about. Not a whole lot of time to talk about it in. So I do just want to go ahead and say right off rip, and as a matter of fact, while I'm sitting here saying it, let me double check, because I know I have it on good authority. That from time to time, we do tend to get we get guests and stuff like that, but you know, I'm trying to be better about timeliness, getting them in. So that said, Carter, we actually were kind of slick just talking about this.
Yes, we were.
A little bit ago. So there, you know, I know some people get angry when I talk about this sort of stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you your trigger warning. I'm about to talk about it.
Well, you shouldn't get angry at this. There is really no way to spin this into, well, actually, there really is.
Well, you know how people are. They get upset when we don't, or rather, when I don't. Do what Laura Ingraham once told LeBron James. She said she told him to shut up and dribble. People want me to just shut up and read some comics, shut up and talk about some comics. But this is one of those situations where it's actually kind of adjacent. So I'm going to talk about that shit anyway. And even if it wasn't, I was going to talk about it anyway, because these are things that need to be discussed. Anyway, point of the matter is, Ryan Coogler, the director of not just Black Panther, but also, I believe, Fruitvale Station, is been
Creed.
Creed 1 and 2, if I'm not mistaken, and may or may not be the third one. I don't know. I think, or maybe Michael B. Jordan might be doing that one. I don't know.
Well, we don't talk about Creed 2 in this house. Just so you know.
Anyway, we'll leave Creed 2 out of it. But no, Ryan Coogler, who is by all accounts now a major name in Hollywood, has been even before Black Panther, but like he's like, his star has risen up so high. But this was a guy who was literally just minding his own business, doing his own shit. And yeah, it can't be stated that the reaction to something that he did was a bit much. However, I will say the behavior that he exhibited was a touch odd, but if the person in question he was speaking to actually paid attention, they wouldn't have had cause for alarm. And the reason why I say is because it recently came out that Ryan Coogler, while visiting his bank, Came in to withdraw some funds.
Even more reason I'm happy I don't use Bank of America.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was about to say exactly. So while he's there, the teller who he's speaking with they think that he is a bank robber. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Okay. So let's explain how this came to be.
Yes.
Long story short, now you are still supposed to be wearing your masks inside the bank. So
yeah,
Ryan was wearing his mask. He slid a note to the bank teller, basically saying that he wanted to withdraw. I think it was $12,000.
Yep,
from his account. 12 racks out of his account. And when the teller went to press the issue, ask him typical standard bank questions. His response was just to basically lower your voice, look at the note.
Yeah.
Now, in the process of all that happening, the teller then assumed that he was trying to rob the joint, called the authorities, to where I'm pretty sure all of you all have seen the video now, where you have two officers basically walking up behind Ryan Coogler. One of them immediately pulling out the strap, pulling out the pistol, pulling out the blicky, only to put it back away. I guess he had to remember, oh yeah, they might be recording.
That is kind of slick what happened.
And they go ahead and they walk him outside, but not before you hear the teller tell the officers, good job. Now, while I take another sip of this drink, there are several things that are wrong with everything that happened. Now, of course, the one thing I've heard people say is, well, the reason he pulled the gun out is because, as far as they knew, this guy was going to rob the bank.
I mean, no, I'm not even. I can't even entertain it though, because it wasn't like this dude came in and said, "Hey, I need you to drop 12 racks in a bag right now out of everybody's shit." He said, "No." The note literally said, "From my checking account," and I'm pretty sure, this being Bank of America, not only did he just slide her a note, he very likely
wait, I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you do that. We ain't gonna say Bank of America. Every goddamn bank.
Well, yeah, every bank. Well, right. No. Okay, so we're on the same page here. Every fucking bank. So here's the deal. When this occurred. Any bank you go to, you're gonna have to hand over your bank ID, your bank card, your ID,
your license,
something like that. So, what idiot bank robber would do that? I mean, now granted, I know you have to, sometimes you have to, you can't assume. You can't just always assume. But like, I don't know. I had actually wrestled with this a good bit, because I can't help but feel like this was just overreactions at their zenith.
Okay, so real quick, Vampire Hunter Greg, I'm looking at a statement he just made, saying he did look suspect as fuck. Let me stop you there. What he looked like
was a guy following protocol.
Was a guy following a protocol in a bank because of a pandemic.
Yeah, everybody looks like a bank robber at that point. Everybody looks like a bank robber at that point. If you're actually following CDC protocol, CDC mandates to wear a mask, and by all accounts, even the businesses themselves, because if I'm not mistaken, the teller he is speaking to is wearing a mask. I don't know. At least one of the tellers I can see here. And just for Clara, I want to pull this up because I don't want anyone saying that I'm being unfair. I don't want anyone saying that I'm being unfair here. But we got the video right here. We got the video. Wait, hold up. Why does it keep doing that? There. Okay, there we go. We got the video right here, and I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play this shit because this shit's it's wild. But like you can see it right here. By the way, it's very poor quality because this is body cam. But yeah, you look at the guy. I mean, it's Ryan Coogler's he's wearing a mask just like everybody else, with the exception of the police officers. Police officers aren't wearing it, but the tellers are. You know. And yeah, there's part. Good job. Bitch, you ain't direct Black Panther.
Basically, we got a call, and from what we got the call, it seemed like...
Wait. So, Carter, he had glasses, mask, beanie.
I put my own bank card in there.
And...
Yeah.
And... At no point did that thing say anything about... He didn't threaten anyone's life.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do anything of the sort. You know what he did? He was way too cautious.
Yeah.
He slid a note to a bank teller because he didn't want all his business going out there.
Right.
And he was pulling 12 G's out of his bank account, maybe because he didn't want to happen to him what this dummy thought was going to happen to her.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. So this isn't uncommon. People like this is actually a normal thing. So for Clara, I used to work security in a bank. Mm-hmm. I've seen people do this before, and nobody freaks out when it's a white person. I've actually witnessed black and brown people do this at a bank and get this, I won't say exactly this same reaction, but very close to it. I've actually witnessed, and honestly, I'm glad that it was two brothers who pulled up on the scene and not two white cops. Or I'll say a brother and a half. One of them looked like he might be biracial.
I'm not even going to give you that one because still, why was one of the officers' first response to
pull the blicky?
Like come on, man.
Like why you pulling the glizzy out? why you trying to hem up? Why are you trying to fuck up a man's entire life right there?
I don't like that part, but at the same time, I will give credit where credit is due. When Ryan Coogler was just confused and he put his hand behind it, even before he did that, the cop put the gun away.
Yeah.
Anybody else would have kept it on him.
Right. But I just thought it was such strange behavior. But it's one of those situations where this is how you know you haven't come as far as you thought. I'm not just talking about Ryan Coogler because he's a famed Hollywood director. He's got a huge cachet now because of his good works. I'm talking about us in general that this guy did what most people who have money do when they go to the bank. People don't just go in and say out loud, hey, can you go ahead and bust 12 grand, 12 racks straight up out my account? People who typically, and I don't know, maybe it's because, and once again, I'm a broke ass too, but typically I think that when it comes to matters that require you to be of a certain tax bracket, some people don't get it sometimes. And I get it because I know people in some of those tax brackets, but typically people who have money don't like advertising that they have money. I have good friends who are incredibly wealthy, very well off. And to look at them, you wouldn't know it. They don't drive fancy cars, or some of them do. They don't dress extravagantly. They don't show up on the scene looking like Hollywood Rock. Remember back when The Rock, he came out with Walking Tall and the Scorpion King. He came back as a heel, and he was Hollywood Rock. He had the Stone Cold vest on, the sunglasses. He had changed. He became extra. Not everybody does that when they get money. Some people dress like me and Carter. Like, they just show up. They just be like, man, look, what's going on? And they could be sitting at 12 racks.
But wait, like, come on, like, because I see the arguments right now of, well, he slid a note that seems super sketch.
Did the bitch read it?
But it's not even that though, dude. It's just like, you don't know who people are. You don't know how people respond. You don't know how people act. What the fuck would this dude who is a known celebrity? So somebody probably spots this man on the regular.
TMZ actually was, TMZ was on top of this shit.
But my whole thing is like, dude,
yeah,
who the fuck walks in a bank and just, like, come on, man. If you're finna go in there and getting at just an exorbitant amount of money, you don't just want that shit announced like that because you don't know who could be around.
Right. Well, I mean, they acted like Heat was about to break off. They act like this was payday 2. Like they thought Ryan Coogler would slide the note in and just start blasting. No, this is the thing. And here's the thing is, I'm positive that the teller read the note because the report even says as much, that they read the note. So clearly they didn't read it carefully. So here's the thing. Either they didn't read the note, or they read, or let me put it this way. Either they read the note and didn't comprehend what was being said, or they don't read above a 5th grade reading level. Take your pick.
Even taking that fucking note out of the equation, what we said prior to all of that is, you got to show identification, and you have to show some kind of a bank card. And he was getting this money out of his account. Yeah. So I need to read more on the story because it was I watched the video and I read a tiny bit. But if this is one of those situations where he passed the note down and had his ID right there, had his bank card there, what the fuck are we talking about? Yeah. This was just fucked up. I don't want to hear about, he had a mask on and a beanie and sunglasses. And
like, so
that says more about you,
right?
That you see that shit and immediately start clutching for shit. Like, come on, man.
No, it was ridiculous.
Plus, I guarantee you, the fact that he did it this way, he's done it like that before.
Right. Yeah, I mean, clearly.
So it's just, like, come on, man. Come on. Stop trying to get some kind of wiggle room. Like, come on.
No, there's no wiggle room here. Here's the thing. Now, Coogler did come out and say that once again, addressing the situation, he did say that this situation should never have happened. However, Bank of America worked with him and addressed it to his satisfaction, and we have moved on. He wasn't charged, and he was released from custody. As we saw in the video, they had uncuffed him. That was apparently when everything kind of dissipated and everybody went on their way. But once again, this could have gone the other way. Knowing how police have been handling people who are non-violent offenders, or even people who haven't done anything wrong but are assumed to have done something wrong, I'm glad that Coogler came out of this the other side. I'm glad because honestly, I'm gonna be brutal, and I'm not. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you're race baiting," but no, I'm not. If these were 2 white cops, this whole conversation would be going a different direction. I'm willing to gamble we would be talking about the headline wouldn't be reading, Black Panther director Ryan Coogler was detained after being mistaken for a bank robber. It would be Black Panther director Ryan Coogler was slain after being mistaken for a bank robber, is how that shit would have read.
Well, I'm not going to say that just because that's not what happened in this. I see.
Well, no, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just,
I see what you're saying, but I'm just going off of what we have in front of us right now. What we have in front of us right now is a celebrity who is trying to be discreet,
right,
and a dummy who seems like didn't really do her job.
Right.
Because checking identification, you could have very easily seen what the situation was.
Right. Easy.
So
easy.
One real quick, not even to cut you off, but let's bring it down a little bit in the chat, because I'm looking at the chat. People are gonna have different opinions. You ain't gotta agree with it, but let's keep it respectful here.
Yeah.
Let's not throw stones, because I can throw stones harder than any of you all, and my stones are really big because they're called bricks. So let's.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't throw stones. I throw cinder blocks.
Well, y'all, let's just break it down. Everybody can have different opinions. I feel you. I agree with some won't agree with me. Some will agree with Ernie. Some won't agree with Ernie. I know, because they yell at me because they can't yell at this prick. So let's bring that chat down a little bit. I feel y'all, but
I think they don't, because they know I won't care. Like, you don't care, but as much as you don't care, I care even less. Because it's my opinion. It's my opinion, and my opinion is my opinion. And in a lot of cases, it's usually about facts, not even opinion. So if it's a fact, then that's on you for not being able to get with a fact. The way human discourse is supposed to work is when you're presented with new information that is proven as fact, you are supposed to adjust. Like, if someone tells you their opinion on something, you can take it or leave it. When someone presents you with a fact, it is what it is. Not saying these are facts, but it is a fact that he was mistaken for a robber. It is a fact that, those people were obviously mistaken. But that said, this wasn't the only instance of now. This is where I think things get even more interesting, because this actually went all over the media wires.
Yeah,
everybody was talking about it, even people who don't normally talk about shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe Kravitz, Catwoman actress Zoe Kravitz. She is Catwoman now. God damn it. Catwoman can't catch a break, apparently. Carter, I think you and I kind of did you and I ever talk about this? I can't remember. Like, we ever kind of
we talked about
off
it.
The side. Okay, yeah.
We were. It wasn't on the show. Or
I think we were playing Hunt when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were playing Hunt. But Catwoman actress Zoe Kravitz recently revealed that she has faced some racial discrimination in her acting early she says, and she makes a point to state this, early in her acting career. During her acting career, the early days of it, she had auditioned for a role in The Dark Knight Rises, the third in the Dark Knight trilogy. And she wouldn't say what the role was that she had auditioned.
Can I pause you real quick? Okay. Appreciate Robo Strange with the Blerd Club Silver for 11 months. But don't copy us. Don't say that Zoe Kravitz is your Catwoman just because we said it. Stop being a goddamn copycat, man. Stop being a copycat.
Also, while we're here, and while it comes up, let's also, by the way, thank you, Robo. Also, want to shout to John Battle for also hitting us with the Blerd Club Silver with 11 months. Dude, I love how everybody, dude, I appreciate it. Also, 11 months, both Robo and John Battle, 11 months each. John Battle says, a great day to watch a show from my new spot. Hey, dude, congratulations. Spot, also, I want to give shout outs too, because we got one of Blerd Coa's finest.
Me?
Not you. LJ Brown. It's his birthday. So happy birthday. LJ is awesome, by the way. Dude's always. So for those who know, LJ is from across the pond, so it's always like probably in the middle of the night or late at night for me, but probably broad ass fucking daylight for him. When he sends the stuff in the Discord, but LJ stays having me tripping. So I just want to say happy birthday, thank you, dude. Just hell, because I think LJ's been with us for like 5 ever. like LJ's one of the OGs when it comes to being one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. Also, shout out. Oh, what?
I'm not beefing with Robo Strange. There is no hate out the gate. All I'm saying is, get your own fucking Catwoman. Go away.
Yeah. I mean, technically.
But shout out to
technically he do got his own Catwoman.
Shout out to Trends 5 saying he wants you to continue on with what's going on with Zoe Kravitz. That boy said, "What happened with Lil Denise?"
Who do we gotta come get for messing with
You
Lisa
get points for
Bodet's
that.
child?
You get points for that. That boy said Lil Denise. You
Dude,
get points for
she
that.
sure look like her mama. Too.
Yeah, she looked like her mama.
Dude, she don't
like
look nothing like. They ain't nothing of Lenny in there. I mean, there's some Lenny in there, but man, she looked like she got Lenny's skin complexion.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is Lisa.
Please believe, after I came home from watching the Batman, I just started watching Seasons of Different World for no reason. I just started watching them early season.
Look. I'm not gonna lie. Denise was like a high key, like major crush back when I was
her and then I forgot Marissa Tomei was on there too, so I was in heaven.
Oh yeah, dude, Aunt May was at the HBCU.
Getting BBC, it was crazy. You walked right into that. I normally don't even do that. You walked into that.
God damn, this motherfucker.
You walked into that.
Oh, this motherfucker. Anyway, Go Kosher, his baby father with a $2 super chat, says, "I'm on that edible and wine today. I'm ready, teapot." Oh my god, this Go Con out here. Anyway, but get back to Zoe Kravitz. And also, Gokon, oh, dude, coming through with a $2 super chat. Says, "Happy birthday, LJ Brown, you Kang!" That's right, yeah, we all, look, Kangs. That's what, goddamn right, with all the crowns. Give them all the crowns. All the crowns. But no, we had, Zoe Kravitz, so basically what was going on is, she revealed that early in her career, she auditioned for The Dark Knight Rises, once again, third in the Dark Knight trilogy by Christopher Nolan, starring Christian Bale. And what happened was when she tried to audition, she was told that she couldn't because of the color of her skin. Now, we don't know who it was that she was auditioning for. She will not confirm, and she won't even name who it was who told her. All she said was she wouldn't say it was Christopher Nolan. She basically said it was like a casting director's assistant. But basically, the casting director's assistant told her that she was too urban to be in the movie. So, like, she didn't even get to read for the role. She didn't get to audition at all. They basically were like, "No, we don't want you. You're basically when people say you're too urban or when whenever white people say that you're urban or too urban, what they're basically saying is that you too black or you too ghetto or you too whatever. It's just a really coded way to say something. It's kind of like when and for those of you who live in the South, maybe you've experienced this before, but when racist people don't want to call you the N-word if you are black, but they call you something a little bit under it. Like they'll either call you they'll probably call you colored. Like there's still some people who use the term colored, I've discovered, to describe black people. It's kind of like that. Urban is the new colored as far as I'm concerned. Because it's something people say when they don't want to say the thing they actually want to say.
Oh, mean to laugh.
What?
You begging for an ass whooping. You called me colored, man.
Bruh.
Like, true story. I got called that hard R here by a homeless old lady.
Damn.
Who I then threw hot Starbucks in her face, and she called me that hard R like 8 more times. But you know how to respond to that hard R. Colored? You're not finna call me what you call LeVar Burton when you beat him, okay?
No,
I'm gonna have to lay hands on you.
Look,
you know what? I would be so in shock that you actually said it, I might instinctively laugh because I'm gonna assume you was playing because no one says that. Once I realized you weren't playing,
oh yeah, no,
3-3.
look, I'm gonna hit you with a try Jesus, don't try me.
You just reminded me of something. I actually have heard that before.
Oh, for real?
Not toward me. This was, you know how I tell you I worked at Hastings way back when?
Yeah.
Never forget. It was a really attractive woman that I worked with named Jasmine. Cute girl. I don't like her anymore because she married this ugly ass dude. But I'll never forget, this old white lady came in and real deal. First, she asked for her by name. We're gonna say her name is it sounds like Jasmine, but the old white lady, she comes in and she asks for her. And we had a new person working there, and she didn't know she didn't know who Jasmine was. She was like, oh, she's the really nice colored girl. She helps me all the time. When I tell you, even white people all just with a smile on her face, when the girl calls me, she calls me over, so I come up to her. Yeah, I'm looking for the nice colored girl that works here. She helps me all the time. In my face, because she was smiling when she said it. One of my boss at the time, he comes over and grabs me because he thinks I'm gonna turn very urban. Carter, I swear to God, this is what he said. Carter, she don't mean it like that. She's just old. She don't know. That's not something you're supposed to say.
See that, and I hate that excuse. I hate that excuse when people say, "Oh, well, yeah," because that's what people say right before they're about to tell you that someone is racist. It's like, or because they always say, "Oh, well, they're from a different time," or they're you know how they are. They're old. Basically, what you're telling me is that they existed in an era where this shit was normal. Is what you're telling me. We're being racist, being casually racist is normal. No, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I don't care if that bitch is in hospice care and getting ready to go. I would lay down the lightning and the thunder. You know the way Thor laid hands on the Mother Storm in this recent issue with Thor number 23? Yeah, that's what she would catch that work. She would catch this work. She would have thought my name was Colonel Stinkmeaner, because I would have literally, I'd have leapt in the air. And here's how you know you hate a motherfucker. When you willing to drop kick a sumbitch, I would jump in the air. I would literally pull my knees mid-air to my chest to get maximum extension when I kick my feet out and pop her dead in her chest.
I call bullshit on that because I don't think your knees could reach your chest. You kind of getting up there in age, big dog. I think you would hurt yourself and hurt the floor that you landed on. But I completely forgot about that until you said it. Holy shit.
But yeah, getting back to it though, with Zoe Kravitz though, she did actually, because this caught on like wildfire. Like everybody was freaking out because when you go back and think about it, what could the role have possibly been? Now, granted, my assumption was that this was for a role like, because there's only really 2 female roles in the movie of any consequence. Because even like you basically have Catwoman and you have Talia al Ghul. But here's the thing. Even their roles aren't that major because Talia's not even really in the movie all that much. And Catwoman, while she's in the movie more, I honestly have a difficult time even remembering what scenes she was actually in. But point of the matter is that was my assumption. I think a lot of other people's assumption as well, that it was likely for one of those 2 roles. However, she did come out and say, with clarification, that it was not Christopher Nolan who said this to her, that it was not Christopher Nolan said this to her. It was not the intent to be demeaning or disparaging, even though, well, she says, I don't know. Her statement's kind of weird. I think what she actually meant to say was that, there was no ill intent on their part, but at the same time, I don't know. Well, I'll just read it. She says, I don't know if it came directly, or no, actually here, in a new post says, okay, let's talk about clickbait bad journalism. I was not told I was too urban to play Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. So it was not for the role of Catwoman. She says, it would have made no sense for me to even be considered for that role at the time. Even though actually, yes, it would. Because Catwoman has been black before. This ain't the first time, honey. She should know this even. Let's go on with that and say that she says, I wanted to audition for a small part in the film and was told, I do not know who said this, but this is how it was worded to me, that they were not going urban on the part. This is something I heard a lot 10 years ago. It was a very different time. But yeah.
I don't really think she meant it the way you're thinking about Catwoman being black. I think what she means is just that she wasn't really a big name, if that makes sense, because a lot of the stuff she did was more on the smaller side. She didn't Zoe Kravitz wasn't a name you just heard about until relatively recently, with the show that she's on with Reese Witherspoon and Kimmy that just came out on HBO Max, and that was the starring role for her. You never really heard Zoe Kravitz as a prominent figure in big time movies, especially big time movies like that. So I don't think she meant it like
well, no,
that.
I know what she meant. I mean, I'm not talking about the size of her cachet when it comes to being an actress.
Yeah.
What she was talking about is going in that direction as far as like casting a black person for a role like Catwoman. That's what she was talking about. When she said they weren't planning on going in that direction, that was what she was talking. She wasn't a big name then, yeah, of course not. But I mean, because like her biggest role, I think up to that point, or not long after that point, was Mad Max Fury Road. That was like the biggest thing she had been in, other than X-Men First Class, up to that point.
I forgot she was in that movie.
A lot of people did too, because she barely did anything in it. She was Pixie, if I'm not mistaken.
She was,
or not Pixie, but what was
I'm happy you said it. I was going to call her. I was going to say that
Angel.
Was that.
Her name was Angel.
With the wing, yeah. Now here's the part that trips me out about that entire statement that they told her.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going in an urban direction, right?
Right.
I think it's fair to say we have all seen The Dark Knight Rises at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that they have are several scenes with a bunch of motherfuckers looting and beating up rich people.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing they have toward the end of the movie is a big ass fight between just goons, thugs, and criminals against the police.
Mm-hmm.
You are a wrestling fan. I know several people are in the chat right now are wrestling fans. Guess who was in that movie and got a role doing the exact urban violence that we're talking about? What's that man's name? The Pope. The Pope is in The Dark Knight Rises over Zoe Kravitz.
I'm just saying.
The Pope.
Well, no, I see some people talking about, oh, maybe it was talking about her age. No, it was not about age. It was not about age. It was not about age. They were basically what she was saying. She was referring to the fact that because she literally reiterates in the statement, they didn't want to go urban on the part. They weren't looking to go in that direction at the time. That's what this is all about. It's not about age. It's not about her cachet as an actress. I mean, yeah, Anne Hathaway had the bigger cachet at the time, so if she even was going up for Catwoman, Anne Hathaway would have won out anyway, because that's just what Hollywood does. They give it to the bigger name. That's like what recently with The Little Mermaid, the live-action Little Mermaid remake.
What about it?
Lizzo was up for the role of Ursula, and she lost it to Melissa McCarthy. And this isn't a rumor either. This is out in the open. Melissa McCarthy even confirmed it, because when she got the role, And she found, because Lizzo posted about it, saying I lost out the role, and basically Melissa McCarthy, she saw that post and was like, why the fuck they give it to me then? Like, well, no. We know why they gave it to Melissa McCarthy, but I'm just saying, Melissa McCarthy realized that her competition was Lizzo, and even she had to go like, yeah, why the fuck they hire me? They could have just hired Lizzo and been done with it.
I mean, you just said both names, and the first thing that popped into my head both times was, oh, I'm not going to watch that. Oh, damn, Lizzo gone? For who? Melissa McCarthy? Oh, I'm not going to watch that.
Well, the messed up part is, and I'm not wanting to spend too much time on this either because we got shit to do, but Lizzo would have made more sense than Melissa McCarthy, but, you know, I get why they went the way, because Melissa McCarthy, while Lizzo is a major pop star with a huge cachet, Melissa McCarthy is a bigger named Hollywood actress. Like, I would dare say that as popular as Lizzo is in music, Melissa McCarthy might be just that much more popular or I won't say popular, but just that much more well-known when it comes to, like, you know, being in movies and stuff. At least she used to be. Not so much now. But yeah, like, once again, it's just to say that regardless of where the directive came from, it came from somewhere. And now, while she is, you know, in a loose way kind of defending, you know, Christopher Nolan and Warner Brothers for that matter, because, you know, she's getting a check from them now. So that might be in her best interest to not fuck the bag up. But yeah, basically she was just saying that, you know, she wasn't trying to out anybody. She wasn't trying to put anybody on blast. She was just explaining her early experiences in the industry as a woman of color.
It doesn't even matter, though, because now that it's out there in the abyss and this is the cancel generation, people going to find out, or people are going to make their own assumptions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even she says something. She says, like, you know, she was telling everybody to calm down and fact check before you start writing things that are untrue. I'm going to go back and reiterate something that Denzel Washington once said in regards to things of this nature, and saying instead of trying to be first to get something out there, instead of trying to be first to report something, instead endeavor to be the first to be right. Like, because that's what happens a lot of times. You know, people, they react to stuff because I mean, it is, we're a reactionary generation. We're in a reactionary era right now where everything is about how someone reacts to something. I mean, hell, to the point where it's a part of the content creation meta is to react to trailers and news and all sorts of things, to watch things and then respond to them. Hell,
you can even steal people's reactions and react to them
reactions. Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you can react to somebody else's reaction, and someone else can in turn react to your reaction to someone else's reaction of a reaction to whatever. It's fucking ridiculous.
People just cannot get their own bags on their own.
They can't. They
got to get it off somebody else.
But here's,
I mean, you know better than most.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I do. But it's funny to me. It's funny to me that, yeah, in this era, you know, yeah, everybody is so fast to want to break some news so they can be the first one that is that got it out there to you know, top the algorithm. But rather than actually trying to be correct about something, all they care about is that they got it out first. It doesn't matter. And I used to be one of those, not, you know, trying to be the first to get something out because I think it's going to make me famous or something like that. But, like, I remember I used to struggle to, like, I would go out of my way to try and, I saw this movie, I'm going to review it first, you know, try and get mine out there before most people got theirs out there. Or, I got this comic, maybe I can do something, you know, say something about it before anybody else can. That shit ain't worth your time. Because I would rather, like, honestly, me personally, I would rather go see a movie or read a comic or a book or watch a TV show and wait till I have my thoughts together. Like, case in point, the Batman. Yeah, because I know some people probably say, well, you rushed to do the Batman review on the Blerd Cave. But think about this for a second. I didn't go see the Batman on Wednesday night or Thursday afternoon and then immediately rush home and be like, Carter, get online so we can do this right now. No.
It was people that reviewed the Batman coming out the theater.
Right. Like I didn't do that. I literally waited a couple of days. Like I waited till Saturday. Me and Carter could have just as easily, because it wasn't like we weren't doing shit else. We could have just as easily like said, hey, fuck it, let's go ahead and record it now and get it out there. And I literally like I think I was texting you as I came out of the theater. I literally could have been like mid conversation because we were, and honestly, I probably should have, because we were actually dropping some comedy gold while we were going back and forth. That was funny as fuck. In just the text alone. But here's the thing. I didn't want to just do a reactionary take. I wanted to sit down, think about the things I wanted to say, and have a little bit more integrity than that. That's just me. So if having integrity is a bad thing, then I guess I'm a bad person. But all that aside, let's see here. Here we go. We got one from Hamaru6 says, support while motherfuckers driving through this McDonald's drive-through backward. What the fuck? First off,
brother, a McGriddle ain't that serious, bro.
Right. Look, I'm just saying, I got questions.
I guarantee you them apple pies been there since yesterday, bruh. Turn the car around.
Look, this motherfucker trying to get that hot apple pie is going to burn the fuck out the roof of his mouth, but be cold in the middle. Let's see. We got one from Night 19 with the $5 super chat. Says, too urban in Gotham? Look. I'm just saying. Then we got another one from the homie Robo Strange with the 1999 in the super chat. It says, isn't it funny how black and brown people have to do double backflips to change how to speak, how to dress, but for racist fucks, it's, oh, they're from a different time, or that's normal where they're from. Fuck that noise. You
see how I said that? And all he did was say it in a completely different way to try to make it easy. You see what I'm saying?
That's Carter. Carter, come on now. Anyway, to be fair, I think he said it rough around the same time you were saying it. I just didn't read it till now. Thank you, Robo. We got one from Legion with the $1.99 super chat. Says, Blerd, did you see the Batman yet? Yes, we talked about it last week on the Blerd Cave. So yeah, if you want my thoughts on it, I won't reiterate them here. I will just say, when you get time, go back and watch last week's episode of the Blerd Cave. We talk about it extensively. I think people talk almost the whole episode.
Yeah. People saying Zoe Kravitz was too urban, but they wanted Sandra Bullock to be Harriet Tubman. I thought it was Julia Roberts.
It was Julia. Well, I think Sandra Bullock might have been in the running, but Julia Roberts was the name that got thrown around.
You know how fucked up that is? She was in the running.
It's like, wait, two white women in the running before a whole ass before any black people's names come up for a role that was historically a black woman. And I mean an actual real life person, not a character in a sci-fi book. We got Jamal Simmons with the 27 months. Says, hey guys, are you guys planning on seeing Sonic 2 and Mario?
Boy, no.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Since I have a little girl in the house who is gaga for both Sonic and Super Mario, I will very likely end up going to go see Mario. I'm not really interested in it, but I will very likely wind up taking my daughter to go see it. Sonic, I actually am interested in because I really like the first one. The Sonic movie is actually really good. I like it a lot.
I'm trying to go see that Joe Biden biopic. That do you know who's gonna be Joe Biden in that movie?
Who?
Mahershala Ali.
Who could be playing Kamala Harris?
Tom Hanks.
Well, and in the Joe Biden biopic, the role of Nancy Pelosi will be played by a live ostrich. But no, Wilbur Robinson with a $2 super chat says, wait, the Pope D'Angelo De Niro Dark Knight Rises?
Oh, man. I can't wait to see that new Donald Trump movie. Do you know who Melania Trump is going to be portrayed by?
Who?
Boy, Taraji P. Henson. Get
me the fuck out of here. Anyway, man, we got a guest sitting waiting in the wings. Oh Lord. Let's get our guest here. Look, we're gonna cut to a screen for a minute, and we're gonna bring our guest on. We got TJ Sterling from RAE Comics waiting in the wings. So let's go ahead and bring him in. We'll be right back, so don't touch that dial. All right, everybody, we are back. We are back in the building, and we got special guest in the building. Sorry, I know I said, it'll be a few seconds, but hey, work with me here, people. I have shit to do too, okay? Anyway, we got two special guests with myself and Carter. We have the co-creators of the comic that is on Kickstarter right now, that I'm also going to drop a link in the chat to, so that y'all can kind of look right along with us, if y'all would be so kind. And so we got our special guests, TJ Sterling and Newton Lilavois. What was it? Did I get it right?
Almost, Lilavois.
Lilavois. See, I told you I was still gonna fuck it up. Lilavois, Newton Lilavois. See, I got it that time, so we make sure. Because, like I said, y'all and the chat knows. They know I'm notorious for this. I will fuck up a name in a heartbeat. Yeah, I'm basically Michael Key sometimes from that from the Key and Peele sketch, where he's like fucking up all the little white kids' names. That's me, and I don't even mean to be that way, but it is what it is. Anyway, gentlemen, how are y'all feeling this fine Saturday? How are y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Our Kickstarter is it's on its way to 15,000, so we're feeling good, and hopefully by the end of the day we make that 15,000 onto 16,000.
Ooh, man, dude, and I'm about to say, how many is it? 3 days to go. I see up here, and dude, it's wow, Jesus, dude, y'all smashed it, dude. Y'all smashed it. And just I guess so the people have an understanding of what it is that we're talking about here. Is the Kickstarter y'all are doing is for a comic called Villainous. Can y'all shed a little light on this for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like you said, currently me and Newton have a Kickstarter called for a graphic novel comic series. So it's actually 3 comics. Initially, when Newton and I collaborated, we were thinking we're going to do 1 comic, but we got like a really fire artist, and he was so quick. He was banging out all these pages, and before we knew it, we had 3 issues already done. So we were like, why don't we give everybody a full story arc right off the jump? So the Villainous Kickstarter, if you guys are a fan of like Deadpool and The Fifth Element, you're really gonna love the series. Villainous is a sci-fi cyberpunk noir tale that's centered around the world's most notorious villain, Shatter. And Shatter is kind of like an anti-hero villain like you've never seen before. I think a lot of heroes or even villains sometimes want to reform the system or try to change the system. Mm-hmm. But in this case, we have a character that just wants to destroy and completely wipe clean the system from the ground and then rebuild from the ground up.
Dude. That's pretty legit. That is actually pretty legit. And here's the thing too, that really kind of for one, art is all like just because TJ, you and I, we've talked in the past before. We talked when you and your brother had Joystick Angels coming out. We talked about that and Okamus, which by the way, still just want to make sure y'all need to get on this. Stop playing. Look, got the nice gloss on it too. Don't play with me. Look, got it right up there next to Saga. Don't play with me, man. I'm out here. But so with this, one of the things that I like here is just the story in and of itself is just and the look of the characters and everything just looks like y'all fleshed out something that is just incredible to look at, because once again something we talk about a lot on this channel is we don't really get to see a lot of black and brown individuals, people of color, in these kind of like I'm not just talking like superhero stories, but just like sci-fi in general is often devoid of black and brown faces. Up until maybe more recently, even then, still it's still kind of a struggle to get us there. So just like this thing that looks like this, like a really awesome, like high sci-fi, kind of high profile sci-fi concept, just is really cool to see. Like where the inspiration for all this come into play?
Well, TJ and we had fun creating this story, and the inspiration for it was just it just came from a lot of different sources. Like TJ said, he and I are fans of sci-fi, and so we put everything in that we thought would be fun, right? So, like for example, we have a Knight Rider kind of car in there, right?
Yeah.
We have a shout out to Wesley Snipes' character from
Okay, that's what I figured it was, and that's what piqued my interest the first time I saw this. That's one of my top favorite movies of all time. So I said, this shit's getting red just off the strength of that, because I see what they was doing and they thought they were being slick about it.
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't even being slick. Like everybody knows what we're doing. It's like if you look at the message, like all the feedback we got from the social media posts, people just they know, and one of the things was like, Wesley Snipes is one of the greatest action heroes, and why not give him a shout out in a sci-fi role that he had, in fact, I didn't discuss it with TJ yet, but one of the things I want to do too is just give shout out to black characters in sci-fi in general. So you might see like characters that are similar to a lot of like characters from other sci-fi movies or just books or whatever that you're familiar with. You know what I mean?
Ruby Rod might make an appearance. You never know.
Hey, look, hey. Look, and let him be extra as he want to be. Look, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw like the first thing that Little is, once again, huge fan of Wesley Snipes. Going on like and probably one of my personal favorites of all time being Demolition Man, just because it's a silly movie that knows it's silly and it's not trying to be serious in the slightest. Even when it is, I don't think it's actually trying to be. But just Simon Phoenix, that was a role for me. I honestly, I saw New Jack City, I saw Nino Brown, but Simon Phoenix was still one of the greatest gangsters and villains of all time in my eyes. So yeah, I would love to see. We don't get to see a lot of that showcasing of the black faces that have been across science fiction, even though I feel like the handful that we have had are great characters that stick out that we just don't get any more of.
Yeah, exactly. And then besides just those things too, TJ and I have talked about this and discussed this, is that when we came up with the story, it was also at a time when there were the protests because of George Floyd, right? George Floyd. That was part of the inspiration too, because we everybody was angry, and we wanted to create a story that captured that anger with a character that just embodied that anger, and that character is Shatter. He's angry at the system and he just wants to totally get rid. So that's one of the inspirations too. And I know TJ has some stuff to add to that too, because there's this story is multi-layered, and there's so many points of inspiration.
Yeah, to piggyback off that, man, guys, like, it was just an interesting time. And again, me and Newton been friends for years. We talk all the time. We see each other at lots of cons. And, we were just talking about like how we felt, what I'm saying, as black men, watching this whole thing unfold, and then all the previous, tragedies that occurred before that, what I'm saying, and just like, what would a character do, in a fictional world, if he was watching, his own people go through these types of things, what I'm saying, and what if he had the power to do something? And I think like it's kind of one of them situations where, like, to become a monster, you have to fight. To fight a monster, you have to almost become one. And then Shatter is that guy that, like, has gone so far extreme, and it's not just because of what has happened in his world, but it's also what's happened to him and part of his backstory. So we kind of got a few interesting things going on with the Villainous story, because when two writers come together, they can either write simultaneously in the same doc, one sentence after the other, or kind of how me and Newton do, a little like non-traditional. Newton writes one part of the story with one character, and then I write another part of the story with another character, and then we mesh it together and then edit it to make sure it all kind of cohesively blends.
Okay.
So
I was sure about to ask.
Yeah. So like one moment I may be writing Shatter, and then one moment Newton may be writing, the prospects, or Major Strom, who looks like, what is it called? Simon Phoenix. Like, so we're always kind of like, how do we keep this fresh? How do we keep it exciting? And then, also deliver a message at the same time.
Dude, that is actually, that was one of the things I was really curious about too, because, and I think in all the time that I've been doing this, you talk to a creative team. It's usually one writer, one artist, so on and so forth. Like, everybody's kind of everybody has their own, like, little respective corners of creativity that, blend together, form Voltron, and we get the finished product. But in this, it's I don't think I've ever, I can't recall or recollect if I've ever really, and maybe I have in my mind just because, age, but I don't recollect very often, getting to speak with people where the writing is coming from two different minds, and like that, so that means and you said that, both you and Newton, y'all have known each other for a long time, so clearly the chemistry, the chemistry is there, but just just the playing off of each other, the desires of one thing to be in the story versus somebody else's, and dude, I want to hear a little bit more about that process, just because it's curious to me.
Because I know there have to be moments where one wants to go one way and someone else wants to go a completely different way. So how is it you all can still kind of find some kind of common ground in that?
Yeah. So first, TJ and I, we have the utmost respect for each other, on the creative level. And then the second thing is there's no ego, right? There's no one who's saying, hey, this is my story, and this is how it should go. And then the thing is the third thing is the process that we have, like TJ described, is we both take a scene and then a bunch of scenes, and then we put it together, and then we edit it together. And then I think the fourth important thing is that we both have the same vision for the story, right? In the beginning, we said, this is how we laid it out, and we said, this is where the story is going, this is where the character is going. And so we're both dedicated to the story, right? So, with all that in place, it makes it easier to collaborate. And fortunately for us, like you said, we have had points where one person feels strongly about something, and fortunately for us, it's like that whatever that person felt strongly about, the other person wasn't really dedicated, super hardcore, this is gonna be my way. So so far, knock on wood, most of the things that we that one person had a strong disagreement on, the other person might have been like, okay, if you feel that strongly about it, let's go that way. You know what I mean? So
right.
That's it's been, and I think that's really a sign that TJ and I really, even though we don't have exactly the same ideas, right, that we still share the same vision, and that we're pretty close in terms of what we think good looks like, or what great looks like. You know what I mean? Like we both are like, yo, that's dope. You know what I mean? And so the other person's not gonna turn to the other person and say, what the are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Wait a minute, what do you mean you wanna kill off so and so character in the at the end of the first issue? What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. So we've been fortunate. So Yeah, it's been a great partnership so far. So.
Mm-hmm.
So with you bringing up George Floyd and with what you've been describing with Shatter, is this one of those instances where, because with anyone can do a villain story, but the best villains are always the ones that make you think, right? Where you can't always go, that's a mustache twirling villain, worldwide domination, this, that, and the third. That one that will make you think, well, yeah, I see why he would do that. I'm not mad at him for doing that. I could see that perspective. It seems like that's where you're going with this almost. And that's something, it's very rare. What even made you just stick that to where you just wanted him to be just this person where both sides can make you think? Because, like in stories like this, it's always the villain. The villain always thinks they're the hero in their story. Mm-hmm. So is this the route that you're going as well, or is he just flat out this bad guy just because of what's happened to him?
I think it's a mix. I mean, I feel like when I think about Shatter as a character, he's really out for retribution for himself, but he's also, I think, part of him feels like everything that we have here, the city is just filthy, and I'm the only person that can clean it up. And I'm going to do it by any means necessary. I think that there's certain types of villains that a lot of times you see in popular media, like let's say from this new Black Adam preview, it looks like they're trying to humanize and make Black Adam more like a person, but he's like legit a real bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but The Rock's in the movie, so they're just going to try to make it more palatable for everybody.
We have had this conversation. Yes. You are in my boat, and I love it.
And it's the same thing with like what they did with Thanos or even Deadpool. They try to make him more human, and I do think that even you talk about a character like Killmonger, who was technically the villain of the story. I mean, I personally thought Killmonger was right. You know what I'm saying? So like to me, I just, like I said, I'm always kind of interested in the less popular opinion or the less traveled road. And I feel like the villain may be the person that's willing to go that extreme length to really like push himself more than a hero would. Like he's crossing a boundary because, like this whole concept of like, okay, Superman, Batman doesn't want to kill. And because, but it's like, you can't stop cancer unless you kill it. Because if cancer is just there, it just spreads. And that's really what the crime looks like in Gotham. So, they touch on that even in like the Peacemaker series where, Peacemaker's technically a villain, but he's cutting on Batman. He's like, yo, Batman let all these people live and they get out and kill more people and they put them back in a cage and get out and kill more people. Like, who's really the villain there?
Right.
To me, it almost seems like Batman's the villain because he's not the one really serving the greater good by taking out this one person. I think Shatter is like, okay, well, he's technically, the villain, but at the same time, he's almost doing the more heroic thing by trying to clean up this entire city.
Like he's the only one willing to do what's absolutely positively necessary that no one else is willing to.
Yeah, and that question kind of touches on the spelling of the comic book, right? If you notice, the way we spell it is Villainous, right?
Yeah,
right. Which I thought that was slick. I like that.
It's like, and we spell it like that because there's a lot of times when we as a people, we're villainized, right?
Right.
Whether we're guilty or innocent, we're always just villainized in every aspect. And so if you're always portrayed as the villain, why not play that role? It's like, and the thing is, if you're always portrayed as the villain, when are you the good guy, really, right? Like, it's a question like if you are doing something good, you'll still be called a villain and you'll still be labeled in a particular way. So, that question goes back to kind of like touches on why we named the comic book Villainous. Well, another reason, because there was the story is so layered, and the way the naming of it is like so intertwined. There's so many layers to why we call it Villainous. In fact, one of the aspects we were thinking of was villain United States, right?
Oh, dude.
So there were like so many things that kind of intertwined in the naming of it that we thought like, yo, this is such a dope concept.
And well, and I just real quick too, because there's an image that I got pulled up here. Going back to the first image I put up, with the spread where Shatter is putting pause on which and I don't know if this was intentional either, but I'll say it's pretty cool too, because these I guess like the shock troops, jack booted thugs, what they used to call them back in the day, but he's just literally like laying the smack down on these guys, and for a slick minute, like the first thing it put me in the mind of was Jinro of the Wolf Brigade when I looked at the shock troops. But I think it's awesome imagery because you're seeing this guy literally coming up, rising up like out of a sea of people trying to do him harm, people who very likely done harm to other people, innocent black and brown people probably done nothing wrong. And just seeing that, it's powerful imagery, stuff that I feel like the world needs more of. What the other thing I kind of wanted to jump on too was because we talked about Shatter, a little bit, and what's up with some of because there were we see some other characters in some of these images you guys sent me. What's up with we know what his inspiration is clearly, but the Reverend. Like what is up with the Reverend? Can you give us just a little taste of what their story is?
Yeah, so you have the Reverend, but that's his alias. Mm-hmm. His real name is Major Strom, mm-hmm. And so Major Strom, he's a no nonsense guy. Like when shit goes down, the government calls him to make sure that he's like the hammer. He comes mm-hmm. down and he makes sure that whatever needs to be taken care of is taken care of. So when Shatter crosses a certain line, the government's like, okay, now we need to bring in Major Strom. And so Major Strom is the guy who's gonna bring him down. And he's a military guy. Mm-hmm. He has hey, do whatever. He's pretty much like Shatter, except he works for the government. He's like, do whatever it takes mm-hmm. to bring Shatter down. He doesn't care about the casualties or what happens, the repercussions. He just, if you give him a mission, he's like that dog who's just focused and he just goes and actually accomplishes that mission. And he has 100% successful rate. So it's like he never fails at a mission, and so he's sent to actually stop Shatter by any means necessary.
So this is just to take another line from Demolition Man real quick, but it sounds like you send a maniac to catch a maniac.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it, dude. I like it. I like it already. This is speaking to me on, and now I really want to watch Demolition Man. God damn.
I'm probably gonna watch it after this. Look,
I'm sitting here right now, be like, has my baby seen Demolition Man yet?
I do want them to speak on more characters, but just to touch back on Shatter real quick. I remember because TJ brought up Killmonger, and I remember when posters started coming out for Black Panther, and it was showing us different characters in the movie and different subtitles with them. And with Killmonger, I explicitly remember it. It wasn't world domination. It wasn't revenge. The tagline was his people's rage.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what it sounds like for Shatter almost. And with Newton saying that, he was, if you're going to call me this, I'm going to be the best damn villain that I can be.
Right.
I'm going to lean into it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And if you're going to call me this word, I'm going to be that word for your ass. So, and it's really great that you all are going that route with him. because even after Black Panther has come out, we've seen Killmonger, we've seen that perspective when it comes to villains. You really haven't seen it since in comics. Mm-hmm. You really haven't seen it since in film almost. So it's really great that you all even went that route. What was an idea that even made you all want to stick with that?
A great question. I mean, when I don't know, like I just said, like I'm just such a huge fan of like the Lex Luthors and the Lobos and the Thanoses, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, even now I'm very, very curious to see what Jonathan Majors does with
Kang.
With Kang the Conqueror. Like I'm just very, because to me it's like there's so much, you know, there's so much more depth to a lot of those characters. You know, a lot of times their worlds have been twisted and broken, and in this case, Shatter, his world has been broken into a million pieces, and he's trying to put himself back together. But you know, it's almost like a Frankenstein situation. So it's like when he does put himself back together, he's a totally different man, and we are going to get slowly into the origin story of Shatter throughout the book. Like I think we're starting it very kind of non-traditional. So you see Shatter in the very first issue doing his thing, but we start to introduce other characters that could be related to Shatter's past in issue 1 and then issue 3. So you know, you're going to get a big chunk of the story with this, you know, graphic novel, with this volume. It's over 80 pages, and yeah, I mean, like I said, I think thinking about Shatter, I wanted him to be menacing, and I wanted him to have something that we hadn't done before. I mean, like one of the first things me and Newton never talked about was like, okay, what have we not done yet? You know what I'm saying? Okay, we haven't done a Western. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we haven't done, you know, cyberpunk. You know what I'm saying? Oh, cyberpunk, that's it. We got to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then we start thinking about a character, and I'm actually sketching out some of the ideas and concepts. And like, I love this idea of like a half broken mask, you know, very Phantom of the Opera-ish. So it's like, there's the mechanical part, but then there's the humanity on the other side. And what does his other half of his face look like? There's mystery to it. And I'm a huge Predator fan, so he's gonna throw some dreads in there. And you know, we very rarely see like Black characters in punk rock like style settings either. Like, you know, so his costume is very designed like, you know what I'm saying, like it would be like, it could be worn at a Kiss concert or some shit. Like you just very rarely see us in that space. So it's just for the sake of trying to be as unique and different as possible.
Yeah, and I want to add to that. And the reason why we thought the character was interesting is because when you look at the political climate going on now, you it's like, okay, Trump is out of office, and you know, some people are like, might have the feeling like, oh man, it's over. But this is like far from over, because you know, Biden, in my eyes, he barely won. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of Trump
by that
support.
much.
Yeah, like by that much, right? So there's a lot of Trump supporters out there. And so, you know, TJ and I asked ourselves, well, what if Trump, his ideology actually won the hearts and minds of America, right? And so our story really takes place in the future, 2185, a little over 100 years from now. And it says, okay, well, Trump's ideology wins. In 100 years, Trump is going to be looked at the same way George Washington is looked at. Somebody who helped change and build the nation, right? And so where does that leave people like us, right, in that world, right? So, and when you have that ideology, when you have any ideology, there's always people who oppose that, right? And so in our story, we have Destruct, the organization called Destruct, and Destruct actually opposes the government, right? They're labeled as a terrorist group, right? Because they feel like, hey, what's going on isn't right? So you have that organization, and at the same time you have Shatter, right? But he sits in the middle, right? He because Destruct, they want to change the system. They say, hey, the system's broken, but Shatter, he wants to destroy the system. So he's got this alliance with Destruct. He's not part of their organization, but he sorts of like loosely works with them. And because of the way he goes about it is so chaotic, because he's a madman. He's not always mentally there. Like when some of the actions he does, it seems kind of like really like outrageous and chaotic. So But Destruct, you know, they're a secret organization and they like to think strategically. But here's Shatter just going about doing his business, you know, causing chaos. And there's a lot that friction there between the groups. So, and Shatter sits in the middle because sometimes he's like, you know, forget what Destruct is doing. You know, they're still trying to, you know, save the system. I'm trying to destroy it. And so like, it's an interesting dynamics because you have Shatter here in the middle, a loose alliance with Destruct, you know, who kind of his ideology almost aligns with him, but not completely. So, you know, that part of the story is interesting and fun to play with.
Now, you talking about Destruct. Now, there, now of course, some other, I guess, characters who are kind of important to that organization, not just Shatter. Now, one of them, and I think I saw it listed here on the Kickstarter, is led by a female character. Can you tell us more about her?
Yeah, that's Drea Seif, and
Okay.
Drea Seif is a young, and so I think you look at the influence, you look at the character. We actually got the influence from that young black girl with the braids who was kicking Wesley's ass in Blade. You know what I'm saying? Like she's in the archive, little vampire girl.
Yeah.
It's kind of where we got her inspiration from. We would love to see a young black girl running stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like just real kick-ass chick. So that's kind of where we gained some of the inspiration for Drea's character. But Drea, not to give too many spoilers away, is like a one of the very first cybernetically enhanced superhumans. And she runs this underground organization called Destruct that's, you know, again, is a rebel organization that hell-bent on changing the system. So she's kind of, you know, had, you know, this uneasy alliance with Shatter specifically because they know that he can go places that they can't. And then, you know, he kind of in turn uses their tech, you know what I'm saying, to,
Right.
you know, fix, you know, his costume up or maybe his mace or whatever power he wants to kind of like augment. He uses their scientists and whatnot. So it's fun too, because when Newton posed this idea of having a rebel organization, you know, again, it really does give you this dynamic of like government, you know, rebel, and then a character that falls right in the middle that doesn't agree with both. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting, man, because we're going to actually debut even more characters like we are going to see already in the book.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we're going to debut more, but what's currently in the book is the prospects as well. And these are a group of 5 young biker kids who are all, you know, have cybernetic pieces and are essentially trying to, you know, gain higher standing within the rebel organization, kind of like prospects would in a biker gang, very similar.
Okay.
And just to kind of give you quick insight. So we have kind of like a social dynamic going as well. So basically any person that's cybernetically enhanced are called cyborgs, but kind of called in a derogatory way, looked down upon, because any of the rich elite in this, you know, particular world can essentially just buy new organs or clone new organs, and it's kind of like a status symbol. Like I can get a new heart or a new brain at any given time I want, where if you need to replace something and if you're poor, you have to buy robotic parts, you know what I'm saying? So there's like a classist energy going on as well that we're going to touch on within that world as well.
It's almost kind of like they have like the rich and the wealthy. They actually got the universal health care. Everybody else is operating on the bootleg system.
Exactly. And it makes it interesting too, because when you think about like racism against Black people, right, it's our physical attribute that makes it easy to be you know, for people to be biased against us, right?
Right.
And so with cyborgs, it's the same thing, right? You can see their metallic and cyborg pieces, you know, on their body. So it's like, it's easy to be like, okay, you know, that's a cyborg scum right there, you know. So we wanted to kind of reflect that dynamic when it came to racism too.
Now another thing too, because Shatter, Destruct, they don't. It's not just the. Well, I mean, of course, you got the police system, the government, everything that's kind of working against them. But you've actually got a couple of particular faces I wanted to take a look at real quick too. Now you did mention, you mentioned Major Strom, the Reverend, earlier as one of the people that the government brings in to take down Shatter, but there's also somebody else that's actually out there looking for Shatter as well. Who I'm assuming was it a Detective Kanisa Mystery?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit. I don't want to go too deep because I don't want to give anything away, but because I have some ideas about this character. But can you tell us a little bit about her? Just like what her stake is in all this?
Yeah, so she's a detective in the city of the Metropolis. The Metropolis is where Shatter lives, right? And so she was tasked with bringing Shatter in, right? So she's the interesting thing about her is that she herself is a cyborg. So she's like that version of a black cop, right? Because she's within the police force, but she's a cyborg, and she's from what TJ touched on, like the lower class, right?
Right.
So she's like a version of the black cop, right? So she's even though she's part of the system, she grew up around the people that the system is oppressing, right? So she's an interesting character in that way. So and she bumps head with Major Strom because she's of the city. She loves the city. That's why she became a cop, right? Just like the same reason why you have that, a lot of black people become cops, because they, besides the fact that, within their community, cops are kind of not respected or distrusted, right? They still want to serve their community. So that's where her mindset is from. And so she's trying to get Shatter, and she cares about her city. So she's trying to go about it in a way that's safe, or follows procedure. But here comes Major Strom. Now he's assigned to capture Shatter too, and they're immediately butting heads. Major Strom's like, yo, just stay out of my way,
Right.
and she's like, oh man, this guy's gonna be trouble. I need to make sure that I capture Shatter first, or I need to make sure that he doesn't cause that much damage to the city that I love.
Now, and we don't just have her too, but we also got another face. I'm gonna go to limb, probably just based on the description alone, just kind of seems like this guy is gonna wind up being probably the guy at the end of the line that the Shatter is likely gonna be trying to get after. Can you tell us a little bit more about let's see, who's this is the prosecutor. Is it Malik? Or
yeah, Malik.
Yeah.
He's an interesting character because he represents like what you would call black conservative, right? He's basically a Republican.
Yeah.
Like a black Republican, right? So he works within the system. He's a lawyer. He's got this really high conviction rate, and he's known for like a man who supports the law, right? And he's also known
for his own people.
Yeah, for his own people behind bars, right? And so he stands. He's like, yeah, law and order is where we need to be. And he's reached that, and he's a really ambitious guy. So he's got all this. He's got a high conviction rate. He's very successful, and now his next ambition is he wants to be the mayor of Demetropolis. So now he's running for office, and so he's going through all the political things that he needs to, and you're gonna see how much of a he's like the political version of Shadow, right? He's like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure that I become mayor of this city. And you're gonna see like all the social and political things that he has to deal with to kind of to get to where he's at. And so it's gonna be an interesting dynamic where you're like, okay, you're gonna see a character, who, typically that they don't really touch comic books, like a political character.
Yeah.
And his storyline basically runs on the political nature, and it's going to support a lot of the ideas the underlying ideas that we have within the book itself.
Now, the question I have here is, because without giving too much away, on a scale of Ben Carson to Candace Owens, how crazy is this dude? like how
all the way.
Oh no! Wait, so what you telling me? What you telling me is that dude he got is dry. It's dry. It ain't got no product on it.
No product at all. No juices, no berries.
No Murray's. Jesus.
Like he ain't even got that Zamunda juice
no
in it.
blue magic, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
We almost had the line drawn and jacked up because you know what I'm saying. The brother ain't got the correct line. You know what time it is.
Look, I was look, I wasn't trying to go there. I wasn't gonna try and go. But what you telling me is he got Brian hitched. He got Brian hitched.
Oh man! Don't do that! 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 Oh man!
For those who don't know what I'm talking about,
he's really about to show it. But I like the way he sounds. He almost sounds like he's a suit and tie version of Shatter. Almost like. Just because Shatter looks the way he does, you would have certain people that would probably expect him to be the human being that he is. But then you can see somebody who is dressed to the nines who can be just as ruthless, is what it sounds like. And yeah, we don't see stuff like that, especially that look like us. Right. We've already touched on how you wouldn't see us with the cyberpunkish and the punk rockish. We are normally either in orange jumpsuits or our pants are sagging or we are hoop stars. So yeah, all in all, you selling me on the book without telling me a whole lot. It's kind of pissing me off because I want to know more about it. But yeah, all of this sounds really, really fantastic right now. How long have you all been working on this?
Has it been a year?
I think the last year and a half, almost 2 years behind the scenes.
Okay. Damn.
That is disgusting. That is disgusting.
I love it though, dude. Oh my god, I love it. I love to see it. I love to see it, dude. This comic. I'm sorry. This comic just looks amazing. Let's just go ahead and keep it. Let's go and just keep it real. It looks great. And by the way, the setting, the type of that kind of tech noir cyberpunk style setting, that's actually as far as settings for a story go, like in the great hierarchy of personal favorites of mine, with one of the main ones being like the futuristic western and the medieval fantasy horror. Cyberpunk is right up there with those for me. Like just the whole idea of a future where we have all these amazing things, but shit is still just as grimy and just not okay. Like, I know a lot of people are queue up the Cyberpunk 2077 jokes. I've heard them all. I get it. But I'm just saying, I love the fact that y'all are taking this setting, doing something really cool with it, and taking this opportunity to try and tell a story that for one needs to be told, but it was also timely as well. Because kind of like y'all were saying earlier about how what if what if the Trumpisms and the all the MAGA stuff, what if that stuff still persisted like years down the road, even after the fact? Just because we got Trump out of office doesn't mean everything just we won. The good guys won, and we're all gonna jump in the air and high five and freeze frame, and that's the end of the story. It's not the end of the story. The story still continues. It's the same thing for all the black and brown people who are being needlessly gunned down, killed by the police. Black and brown people being demonized by the United States government and other entities. the work is still out there. The work still needs to be done. It's not over by a long shot. So the fact that y'all telling the story I think it's really awesome to platform it, to give it an opportunity to get out there.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Now,
one of the biggest goals is, for us as storytellers, is to really, because we're serving, you guys, the reader, the listener, the people who talk about this stuff, we're working for y'all, we're serving y'all. So we want to give you something that's really unique. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we need to see another Black Superman character,
right?
Or I don't think we need to see another, character that is us, but in a different variation of something else, like an Iron Man or something. Like, we really want to give you something that is truly unique. So we worked really, really hard on that. I think when you guys are going to read the book, you're going to check it out, you're going to see that like we really went into the weeds on this, and we're going to give you something that's just special.
Dude, I love it. I love it. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add, and it's and the first volume is, the artwork is fantastic, and the story will have you hooked for sure. And the next volume is going to be even better. So and the Kickstarter that you're funding right now is going to help support the next volume. So like someone might be thinking like, hey, looking at the numbers that we have now and say, hey, that's more than enough for the first volume. But what they're also funding is the second volume, because once you read the first volume, without doubt, you're going to ask, okay, when's the next book coming out, right? So you need to make sure that, we have finances to make sure that the next volume comes out as quickly as possible, because as independent creators, we normally fund this out of pocket, and that's a lot of money, and usually that affects the timeline of the book. Right. But if we have as much money as up front to fund the second volume, forget it. You guys won't be waiting that long for the second volume.
And I was gonna say, like, I feel like with everything that you've told us so far, I think you're just gonna have a situation of people rushing y'all ass to come out with that next volume.
Like, man, when y'all got any more of that Villainous? Well, and I want to say, I guess while we're talking about what is it that people are getting? I just put the link back in into the chat for the Kickstarter. So and we'll also when this goes into I guess once we're done with the live, it'll also be in the description for the video, and as well as pinned comments. So y'all make sure to matter of fact, I just realized there's also something I can do that pin message. There you go. Message pinned. So there you go. So the message is pinned. It should, I guess, at some point pop up there somewhere. Anyway, point matters. What all are people getting if you back Villainous on Kickstarter? Like, what are some of the cool things you got available?
Yeah, I want to quickly just talk about some of the graphic novels, and then I think Newton can go through some of the tiers, because he set up a lot of those. What we currently have is a really fantastic selection of covers right now. The cover artists that we selected are absolutely, some of the best in indie comics right now, really the best in comics in period. The incredible Kanan White, who blessed us with, the original cover for Villainous, which has Major Strom Kanisa Mystery on the cover with him, with a lush cyberpunk background. Cover number 2 is a wraparound cover, because I love these wraparound covers by the amazing Giancarlo Bernal, who does all the incredible work on Crescent City Monsters Newton series through Dream Fury Comics. Absolutely incredible. We've got a Spider-Man 1 1990s McFarlane homage cover by Sean Damian Hill and Laura Sorvino, which is a huge fan favorite. We did that just for fun, but we're making it a cover too. And then we're also going to have a cover from brother Anthony Piper, who has a really dope Kickstarter on going on right now for Trill League volume number 2. So we got some really, really great covers. And then Newton, what else do we have?
Yeah, so we just we completed our goal of 11K for our Kickstarter campaign. Thank you guys for showing up and supporting us. So we're into stretch goal mode now. So our first stretch goal that we announced just today is 17K. And at 17K, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the PDF of a book that we call Villainous Blueprint. And the Villainous Blueprint is inside look at the world of Villainous, right? And we'll have character bios, we'll have sketches, you know, things like that, things that we couldn't put in the comic book, but you may have a question about, you know, a particular character or things within the book itself. You know, that book is going to answer all those questions and more. And so at 17K, everybody's going to get a PDF of that. And at 22K, there's going to be the physical book for that. So anybody who pledged on the physical level, meaning that you actually got, you know, you pledge or back a physical book, you'll get the physical book to that PDF. So you'll get a free book. And, you know, if we reach 22K, everybody who pledges at the physical level will get a free book with their pledge. So that adds more value to our rewards right there. And with that said, let me see if I did. So we have a lot of reward tiers, and TJ, you know, he highlighted most of the covers that we have, and that's where our reward tiers come from. But I do want to see. So yeah, we have 3 collectors box, right? And the collectors box is just this box, right? And with some beautiful artwork on it. And it collects not just only the Villainous volumes, all the different variations of the covers, but also it has TJ's Alchemist, Joystick Angel, and My Crescent City Monsters in those collector's box. So, you know, if you're a big fan of what both TJ and I do, you know, that's something you should definitely get. And these boxes are just regular boxes that just hold the book. You open up the box and you throw it out. No, you're going to want to keep these boxes and just put them on your bookshelf. They're going to be beautiful. And that's something that we're excited about too, that the collector's box. But yeah, so those are some of the reward tiers that we're offering with this Kickstarter.
Dude, that is all. Which, by the way, I just kind of scrolled through some of them just now. Dude, yeah. First off, do yourself a favor. Just go do yourself a favor. If you have not already checked out Alchemist, definitely go do that thing. Go do that as well. But also, you want to, and it finally showed up for me. I don't know if it was up there for everybody else, but the Kickstarter link is pinned at the top of the chat. Go do the clicky thing. Go check it out, please and thank you. And I guess because we're about to wrap up here for the interview. Is there anything else y'all would like to say regarding the Kickstarter or you know, or anything else, any other stuff y'all got coming up?
Yeah, I would say that you know, times are interesting, so we all know that you know, sometimes you can only do a little, and we're really grateful for whatever you can do. I think one of our lowest tiers is only $5, and that's for the digital version of Villainous #1. You can even get the Villainous digital version of the entire collection of all 3 books, and that's only $15. So, you know, there's plenty of different options if you want to just stick the digital route or go the print route. And, you know, really and truly, this is a series that you're going to get drawn right into. I mean, you know, with the same energy, intention, and effort has been, you know, that we put into our books, whether it's Alchemist or Joystick Angel or Crescent City Monsters, all that has gone into Villainous. Super excited to get this new story into your guys' hands, and we want to say thank you for helping us reach our goals so quickly. And now we want to, you know, get to these stretch goals so we can give you even more. So click the link in the top of the chat. Back the campaign. There's only 3 days left. If you know you can't remember what the campaign link is after the interview closes, it's super easy. You can actually go to our website. That's villainous.com. VILLANUS.com. That'll take you right to the Kickstarter, and you can pre-order. And we're expecting to ship those orders out in July or August.
Yep. Yeah, and I just want to thank everyone who supported us so far. And like TJ said, you know, we understand, you know, sometimes, you know, financially people might not be there. That's why we have different reward levels from, you know, $5 and up. And the thing too is, even if you can't do that, just helping spread the word, sharing about the Kickstarter as much as you can still helps. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, we appreciate everybody who support us, whether it's financially or just sharing our project. Much love,
dude. Well, like I said, I appreciate y'all both coming on.
Absolutely.
Telling us about this awesome comic, which yeah. this is great. We definitely need more of this out here, and I know we'll get it because y'all clearly are already doing fantastic work. And of course, we've already gotten some other great comics that have showcased representation for characters, black and brown characters in arenas that we typically don't get to see. As a matter of fact, I saw just a minute ago, one of our regulars in the chat, Vampire Hunter Greg, said Crescent City Monsters is so sick. And I know also earlier I saw the homie Barrington Edwards in here giving a shout out to both of y'all in the chat. So like I said, said big love for having the fam, Newton and TJ on, or any indie creators on the grind. See, like I said, we out. Look, we got it. We gotta get these faces out here. We gotta get these faces out here so we get so people know what's what. But that said, dude, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for hanging with us. And I guess we're gonna go ahead and cut to we're gonna do a little cutaway real quick, and we'll be back in just a minute. We're gonna properly send off our homies TJ and Newton, and we'll be right back. All right, we back. We back and we black.
And that's the gospel truth.
By the way, I want to give a shout because I didn't get to do it through. I missed him earlier, but we also got Ryan Allison coming through with the Blerd Club goals. They got in late trying to catch up. We appreciate you. We also got Blerd Official with the 1999 super chat. Says just because. We appreciate you, Pim. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Anytime. Thank you. We like I said, we tried. We wanted to. Like I said, we always try when we can. To talk to these creators. I don't do it as much as I would like, but I definitely try to when I can. To shine light where I can, because my life is incredibly hectic, as some of you may or may not know. I have a big note in front of me. I don't know if I should share this, but like I have to. This is actual paper. I actually have to do this sometimes. I have to put notes in front of me. See these? Do video on Thor 23. Finish Punisher #1 in Sabretooth 2. This note is to remind me of things I've already recorded but not finished. This is to remind me to do something I haven't even started yet. This is my life. I have to make. I've been reduced to having to write notes.
That's called old age, ladies and gentlemen. I repeat, that is called old age. Grumpy old men. Mr. Wilson, Caddyshack, Doogie Howser.
This motherfucker.
Quantum Leap.
Oh my God, this guy. Oh my God, why? What is happening? But anyway, point of the matter is we are here. You're going to see. Actually, man, I don't have it prepped, so I'm not going to do it today. But please know that we do have some other. We have some stuff I do want to talk about on the show. We'll do it next week. We got some promos to talk about next week, and I think I'm going to be doing a giveaway of something. Maybe a couple of things. I haven't decided yet. I'm still on the fence about. But that said, let's get into some of the other things we came here to talk about. Because, like I said, we talked about the Zoe Kravitz stuff. We talked about the Ryan Coogler stuff. Let's get into some other little bits and baubles that I wanted to shine a little bit of a light on. And that is, okay, so She-Hulk. Carter,
Yes.
you and I are both fans of She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. I believe it is. I believe it is safe. It is safe to say
I'm a fan of Tatiana Maslany, who is She-Hulk.
that too. As am I as well. I think when maybe before or roughly around the time of the announcement, and this is back even before Marvel confirmed it. I'm talking about back when like this was just a rumor that Tatiana Maslany was going to be playing the character of Jennifer Walters, a.k.a. She-Hulk. I remember being one of the people who said I had not watched Orphan Black.
Oh, no, I'd seen it well before.
Well, no. I know you. That's actually what I was about to get into. So, like, if you recommended that I change that post-haste, and I did. Actually, me and my wife started watching Orphan Black roughly around that time, and we have both thoroughly enjoyed it. I had never even really seen. I don't think I'd ever seen anything with her in it before.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely a welcome change. But getting into it though. So we know that Tatiana Maslany, she will be playing She-Hulk. That is this is out in the open. It's been confirmed. We've seen trailers. But we really haven't seen anything of She-Hulk.
We've seen Jennifer Walters. We haven't
Right.
seen She-Hulk yet.
Right. Like I think what was it the main pretty much one of the main shots I think most people see, and this is I'm pretty sure is from because She-Hulk is since the early days of her comics liked to break the fourth wall, and this has been stated to be a comedic series, not so much a serious one. But one of the shots we see of her, this is her in a more retro look, but also with Mark Ruffalo, who's, for those who don't catch the reference, this is a reference to the old Bill Bixby Hulk. He's actually wearing a set of clothes very reminiscent of Bill Bixby's banner. So there's that. But beyond that, most of what we've seen of her has either been her either in her normal Jennifer Walters form, or we done seen them legs. We seen them calf muscles. We've seen them thighs. We have seen her lower back. And I want to say we have seen a knee. We've seen a knee. That's all we've gotten. Dude, Marvel is treating us. Carter, why is Marvel treating us like it's back in the day? Why are they treating us like it's back in the day when the most scandalous thing a woman could do in public was raise her skirt up so you could see her knee and her ankles? Why is Marvel doing us like this, Carter?
Well, the thing is, I've seen other films that she has starred in, and I've seen every season of Orphan Black, so I have seen much more than a knee.
This man.
Tatiana Maslany would be the first young lady from the UK that would be in the Council of Carter's Master Lock Challenge. So I don't know why they do this, but just let them. Just let them. We know it's going to get leaked at some point by one of these nerds or John Campea.
Probably.
And then you're going to tell me, and then I'm going to see it, but my memory is just as bad as yours, and I'm going to forget I hadn't seen it until I see it again. And then I'm going to get really excited, and then you're going to be like, Carter, we talked about this on the cave like 3 months ago. And then I'm going to just be like, oh.
Y'all have no idea how often that has happened. Like this, I'm not even joking. Not even joking. There have been times, and even, I think this even has happened and occurred on the cave. Carter and I will be talking about something, and he'll be so surprised, and I'll just be like, dude, we've talked about this before. He'd be like, oh, shit, we did. So, I mean, it is what it is. But there was a listing, and I think this was an Amazon listing. Yes, it was an Amazon listing. And this is for licensed merch that showed up on Amazon. I believe it actually was on the actual Amazon website for thermoses and canteens and drinking apparatuses of various types and shapes and curves. But the listing was quickly pulled down and deleted. And here's the thing. Here's the reason why I think these are genuine. I don't think these are fakes. I think these are actually images. These are promotional images, mind you, so they're not going to look as super touched up in CG as they normally would. So I'm going to go ahead and give some fair warning now. When you see these images, I don't want to hear anybody say, man, this looks whack. Man, this is terrible CG. Here's the thing. She don't look any different than any other character that's CG in the Marvel Comics or Marvel Cinematic Universe that shows up on the side of a thermos, because they don't touch those pictures up and they don't use high-resolution images. They usually use poorer image quality. So just before I even hear anybody say something, shut your ass up. Anyway, let's get over to these. Let's get over these images. Ooh, that is not good. There we go. Okay. These images were quickly pulled down, and I'm going to go ahead and say right now that, once again, I think these are genuine because they did something very similar with Moon Knight. Y'all remember when the Moon Knight images, the images of Oscar Isaac in costume as Moon Knight, when those leaked, Marvel went after anybody who reposted it, anybody who shared images of it, whatever, what have you. And everyone thought that the images were fake because they thought some people thought it looked stupid. Some people thought that it looked too low res. But it turned out the images were actually real. And I even said as much that they are very likely real, because otherwise Marvel would just ignore it. Do you know how many ugly-ass pictures people have made in Photoshop of Tatiana Maslany, as well as various other actresses who have been in the run for She-Hulk? You know how many images of those are just floating around on the internet? You can find them everywhere. Marvel ain't going after them. So if they're going after the people who did this, or if they asked Amazon to shut this shit down, there's very likely a reason why. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So here we go. Here's the image image number one. Once again, this is something that goes on the side of a cup. This is Jennifer Walters in She-Hulk form in all of her shulky glory. She is literally about to come off this thermos, bust in your house, and rip up them X-Men's because you didn't buy. Yes, you right there. The one I'm pointing at right now. Yes, if you did this, yes, I'm talking to you. You didn't go to your local comic book shop and pick up the latest issue of She-Hulk, so she coming to get them X-Men's. That's what she's doing right now. She's ripping them all up right now. But this is the first image we've seen of Tatiana Maslany. They basically what they did about what I expected. They just basically hulked her up. Whereas with Mark Ruffalo, you can kind of vaguely see, and maybe more so now than when the first Avengers movie came out, but you can see some, especially once they did the whole Professor Hulk thing, you see more of Mark Ruffalo's face in the Hulk. That's kind of what they're doing with Tatiana Maslany, but on a greater scale. You can see her face, like this is her. This is literally her face, but green, and on a more muscular and taller body. Because I think Tatiana Maslany is mad short. But yeah, I'm into it. Carter, what do you think? What do you think about it?
I like it, man. I like it. I'm not really surprised, if I have to be honest with you. But I think you, even though you said it multiple times, we can't stress it enough. This is
yeah, it's on the side of a thermos. It ain't gonna. It's not in 4K, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, this looks legit. This looks legit. I mean,
a water bottle. Take it with a grain of salt water.
Just don't swallow, man. You kill yourself. Your stomach be toe up.
That first image you showed, it looked fun. I think she looks a lot more like Tatiana Maslany as opposed to Mark Ruffles looks like the Hulk. If I can keep it a buck with you.
I mean, I'm with you.
And I have to be completely honest. I wasn't really worried how she looked, because at this point, Marvel knows that they can't half-ass anything, especially when it pertains to women, because that's the stuff that's gonna get judged with a fine-tooth comb, not by men. I mean, you're gonna have those dudes that boys will be boys, but
right.
You're gonna have those women that are gonna be like, well, why isn't the CG up to par, or the makeup and the prosthetics? Why aren't those up to par like you do so and so show? So I was never really worried about how green she was. Right. I'm just more so excited just to watch the show as a whole, because I know that she is a great actress. Somebody brought up Perry Mason.
I forgot. Yeah, she was in Perry Mason.
Yeah, she was in Perry Mason. But yeah, I've never been to. I'm more giddy for this than I have ever been for Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely. And from what I understand, the majority of the time we see him is going to be as the Hulk, because the whole Professor Hulk thing is still going on as well. And also, of course, you have She-Hulk, who, for the most part, you may not get this in this series. This may be something that happens down the road, but typically, She-Hulk, at least in her earlier days, was pretty much always walking around as She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you really didn't see Jennifer Walters as often. I mean, you see her more now, but even in the current,
even when she was in the courtroom,
she was She-Hulk in the
courtroom.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the current book right now, Rainbow Roll, is it Rowell or Roel? I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Point matter is that current book that's out right now, it's kind of the same way. As soon as She-Hulk got her mojo back, she has basically been She-Hulk the entire fucking time. I don't think I've seen. I think at the very beginning of She-Hulk #1 that came out a few weeks ago, she was regular Jennifer Walters. But as soon as Titania showed her ass up, boom, she was She-Hulk again. She went to her little job interview. She went back to Jennifer Walters. And then when she got to that apartment, and Wasp was like, hey, you can keep the pad, stay as long as you like. And I kept some of your old clothes on deck from when you used to stay here. Bam, She-Hulk. She was like, all right, cool, I'm She-Hulk for the rest of the time now. Because because the story was she only had one good business suit that she could wear into the office. So that's why she didn't want to turn into She-Hulk just willy-nilly. But yeah, that said, oh yeah, thank you for sending that my way. I saw someone mention in the chat. We can take a look at that here in just a minute. I think we're in agreement here, right? She-Hulk, Tatiana Maslany, looks fine. It's good. I'm here for it.
That's that's
the other thing. We don't know when this is dropping, but what we have gotten confirmation on is that Miss Marvel will debut before this. So whatever comes out next. Well, Miss Marvel was finished before She-Hulk was.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, Miss Marvel technically has been done for a while. Because I think Miss Marvel finished not long after. They did go back in, I think, for some reshoots on it. But I mean, that's normal for TV shows and movies. Marvel is doing reshoots on a lot of shit right now. Just because that's what they always do. Everybody always thinks, oh, it's a sign that shit's in trouble. It's like, nah, dude, this is normal. They probably don't call people in for reshoots of 50 Shades of Grey. They're like, nah, get the shit done. Get it out of here. But no, Marvel and even DC and any kind of major blockbuster movie production, reshoots are common because sometimes you realize maybe something needs to change, maybe something didn't test well, or maybe you noticed that something doesn't work as well. You got to go back and change it, or maybe you figured out a better way to do something. So it happens. Hell, sometimes they add in shit that they didn't realize they should have added. Or take out things they realized they didn't need. But yet that doesn't require reshoots. Next up, and this is actually more of a PSA than anything else. Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 is a thing that we kind of knew was happening for a while. And it's kind of just been languishing. There was rumor that Ryan Reynolds was walking away from the project, that he was unhappy with Disney, that he didn't like.
Which was so bullshit.
It was bullshit. It was very much bullshit. He was fucking with y'all. But point of the matter, and other people were worried that Deadpool would be made into a PG-13 product, which I don't know how many times this had to be reiterated, but even at the day and date that Disney bought Fox, that the Disney-Fox deal was announced as being official, Bob Iger said in less than 12 hours of the announcement that Deadpool would remain rated R. And I still see people putting out videos and articles right now worried that Deadpool is going to be made PG-13, which even if it did, it wouldn't matter. Honestly, it wouldn't hurt my feelings because one of my least favorite parts of Deadpool, the movie, is how much
this has been like 3 or 4 caves in a row.
Yeah.
Where you have spoken about your disdain for the first Deadpool movie.
well, no, it's my least favorite part. It's the excessive amount of cussing. And this is coming from a guy who cusses a lot. But the thing is, it's like, in a movie where literally like every other word is a cuss word, it just kind of cheapens it to me. Like the thing that you're shooting for becomes annoying now. It's like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. But so yeah, if it became PG-13, considering the things we've seen from like the Batman and what very likely will be in Morbius, Deadpool can still be done even if it's PG-13. It won't matter. But
it probably could be. And the news we found out today, it means I'm gonna have to watch a movie that I think is PG-13 that I've been staring at on HBO Max. Like, I don't wanna.
Oh, the Adam Project?
No. That's Netflix.
No. Free Guy. You're talking about Free Guy.
Yeah. I don't want to watch this movie.
I don't either, but I've actually heard it's okay. Well, here's the thing. It's funny you say that because this might be a way to figure out whether or not this is going to work out. Because Ryan Reynolds actually tweeted this matter of fact, let me see. I don't know if I actually have the tweet in front of me, per se, but Ryan Reynolds did recently put up an image that he was going to complete his movie trilogy, because the Adam Project is also directed. The movie that just dropped with starring Ryan Reynolds is directed by Sean Levy, who also directed Free Guy. Well, Sean Levy has been announced as directing Deadpool 3. He's going to be the director for it. So Ryan Reynolds is going to get to complete his Sean Levy movie trilogy with the director he's been working with on his past two, or at least two of his past films, because he has filmed stuff recently other than those two movies. But
I see people saying that Free Guy was pretty good. Y'all want to know why I don't want to see Free Guy?
Why do you not want to see Free Guy?
You all know why sometimes you don't want to watch a Will Smith movie because you think Will Smith is going to Will Smith it. That's why I don't want to watch Free Guy.
Damn.
Because I think Ryan Reynolds is going to be the same person he always is. He'll be Ryan Reynolds.
Well, I mean,
how The Rock is The Rock in everything.
Yeah. Nah, that I get. That I completely understand that. But yeah, for me, honestly, if I can keep it a buck.
But you broke.
I mean, this is not untrue either. This is not an untrue statement. But no, I mean, if we look at it for what it is, like here, I got the image right now. This is actually something that came from Ryan Reynolds' own personal account, talking about how his third film in the Sean Levy trilogy is going to be a tad more stabby, and he has an image of his character from Free Guy, his character from Adam Project, and of course Deadpool in the mix. So, like I said, I think it'll be fine as long as, honestly, I think it'll all be fine as long as it doesn't get out of it. You need somebody to rein Ryan Reynolds back in. Is my thing. And once again, kind of to Carter's point, if someone were to make a PG-13 Deadpool movie, not saying that's what's being done here, but if they did go that route, even if they wanted to, well, the last two movies that Sean Levy has done with Ryan Reynolds, they've both been PG-13, so, and he's no less Ryan Reynolds than what he has been. So if they were going to go that route, that'd be fine. It'll still be rated R most likely, and I think, just as I've said on multiple occasions, I don't think they're going to make any PG-13 Deadpool movies, but don't be surprised if you see Deadpool cross over with, say, an Avengers movie, and he himself is rendered PG-13 as a result of that. Don't be surprised.
I think that would be great, though, because you could do the stuff that they do in the comics. I think that'd be a smooth transition for him to go PG-13 just because of him breaking the fourth wall.
Oh yeah, well, I've used this as an example.
Easy transition, smooth transition.
Oh yeah, I've even used this as an example on multiple occasions. But go back and watch. It was Ultimate Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon series.
The MTV one?
No. The more recent one. Deadpool makes an appearance in one or two episodes of that series, and he is very censored. But that is part of the magic, because
it's part of the joke.
Yeah, he points it out. He even talks about how he can't say, I think it was either the M word or the K word, because he was talking about murder or kill. He can't say those words on children's programming. Like, that was part of the gag. It was part of the joke. It was like, hey, we know this is a more hardcore R-rated character, but here he is in this kid's Saturday morning cartoon series, and while he's still doing his normal shtick, he's not necessarily doing his normal shtick the same way. Like, we're taking he was basically taking the piss out of it, to turn a phrase.
Wilbur Robinson said, think of Free Guy like Deadpool Vice City. That sounds gross.
It does actually. It does.
Deadpool
actually.
Vice City sounds disgusting.
It really does. I'm good. I'm good. Don't Yeah, I'm good on that. That said, you know what? We got something a little special here because apparently Christmas came early. The boys did release their first trailer for season 3, which they teased that it was dropping soon, but I didn't realize they meant like today because they literally teased it yesterday.
And we actually get a release date in this, apparently.
Oh, well, even better. We're gonna pull up that trailer, and like I said, we're gonna take a look at it, and then afterwards we'll get into our recommendations for the week and questions. I'll even show some of my recent hauls for this week, some things that I picked up that I'm quite proud of. So let's go and get you. I'm assuming so you sent me the video, so I'm assuming you got it pulled up.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. Love it. All right, so let's pull her up. Bam. And I'm gonna go ahead and let her rip. Go ahead and click that button, Carter. Oh, butcher. Give me some time to think. Oh shit, they got that Imagine Dragons playing and his eyes is glowing.
We finally gonna do are we gonna do comic stuff?
Yeah, they're digging into the comics now. Ooh. Oh shit. Oh my god, that was nasty. Damn. Ooh. Yes. Oh, bro. Damn. Dude, I know Andrea was out here like this. Boy. Damn. Oh. Shit. Dude, he threw up all in dude's mouth. The fuck?
Oh my god.
Dude, Jensen Ackles was awesome, dude. Bruh.
Is this entertaining?
Bruh. Yes. Bruh. I'm here for it.
Okay. And just real quick, y'all could, but this is not a spoiler because they have veered off and are doing their own thing with these past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
The one thing Ernie and I are talking about with them leaning more into the comics is just because in the actual The Boys comics, Butcher, MM, Frenchie, they all had powers. They all use Compound V.
Yeah. That was how they were able to beat the bad guys.
Yeah, as opposed to the show where I like the show a little bit better because they're using their minds more.
Right. This is a last resort.
It's scheming. It's scheming and shit like that. But yeah, in the actual comics, everybody was using Compound V.
Oh yeah, all of them. Hell, it's funny to me because the only thing they really kept from the comics in the TV show, as far as that regard, was Kimiko.
Mm-hmm.
Who, Kimiko in the show, she has powers just like she does in the comics, but everybody else is just regular man out here. Even Huey, I think even Huey took it.
I think so.
Yeah, when they went up against people, that was why they were able. Like, you go back and read the Boys comics, why they were able to beat the brakes off of what were they called? Teenage Kicks. The
fake X-Men.
The fake X-Men. Yeah, or no, that was the G-Men. Teenage Kicks was like a fake ass Teen Titans.
I was gonna ask you, did you finish watching Diabolical?
No, I didn't, but I do know that the last episode's supposed to be like a lead into season 3 or so, I heard.
Okay, so that's not actually true, I don't think, because it's I'm not gonna spoil it for it, but it shows you the beginnings of a certain character.
Oh, okay. But
the reason I was asking you about Diabolical was just because two reasons. Aisha Taylor does an episode that's that's basically T'Challa and Storm having marital problems in the boys universe. It's fun.
I didn't see that episode, but I saw a preview of it, and that's the episode that I'm the most interested in. But,
and another reason I brought it up was just because Garth Ennis actually did an episode.
Yeah.
And it's called I'm Your Pusher Man, and it's actually Butcher and Huey from the comics.
Oh, is that the one where they actually let Simon Pegg voice Huey?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, because I know Simon Pegg actually gets to voice Huey in one of the episodes. That would make sense if
they look exactly like they do in the book. They sound exactly how you would think they sound. It's not Carl Urban or anything. So it's like he basically just took one of his issues and
put it in there. Let me ask this. Now that you said that, would you be interested in now? And Grant, I kind of already know how I feel about it. But would you be interested if they did something kind of like what they did with Invincible? Like if they took that and turned that episode into like a regular thing, like where it was just like, hey, we're doing this. It's basically the same as the comic, but it's animated and probably a little bit closer to the source material. Would you watch something like that?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's what. Okay, so we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat then.
It was cool with the episode of Diabolical just because you weren't expecting it.
Right.
But you know what? And I figured that's where you were going. And especially with the last episode, an animation would be cool, but I'm happy that we got what we got.
Okay.
I'm really happy that we got what we got. We got the live action instead because the live action is fantastic. But if it was something that was if it was Garth Ennis behind it, more so following the source material, no.
Okay.
No, because I think at that point we might get episodes like the Aquafina episode, which was
the thing that happened.
So it was done like an anime, number one.
Okay.
We
got an Asian person on deck, so we got to do anime.
All right, and mind you, this was her episode to direct and all that.
Right.
I put it all on her. Spoilers for the Aquafina episode. Okay, long story short, she's a girl she gets picked on by the mean girls. She takes Compound V, and she doesn't know what her powers is until one morning she wakes up. She goes to the bathroom. She takes a shit. The shit wakes up. Shit's live. That's her power. She can shit. And just...
Wait. So basically, she recreated the character from Wanted.
No. The character from Wanted was the shit of a couple hundred of the most evil people in the world.
Right. But I'm just saying, just like the idea. Like
just dropping loads.
And they come into life.
They're cute. They're cutesy.
Oh, my God. Are they little chibi turds? Okay.
There you go. There you go. Get me out. There you go. And they become her friends because she doesn't have friends. So you just have a bunch of emoji duty just chilling in her room.
No, Carter. No.
You asked me.
Stop. No. Bad, Aquafina. Bad. I'm going to go rub her face in the carpet like I would a dog.
I'm going to need you to retract that statement because you're going to get canceled.
Probably. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll play some apology music and give a half-assed apology, and maybe 2 people will forgive me. That's a bit I stole. I can't take credit for that. That's a bit that I stole from Robo Strange and Respawn from the I Freaking Love comic show. I feel like at least twice an episode somebody has to play the apology music because they said something that might offend somebody. Nothing that's like actually terrible, but just like it's usually tongue in cheek. Like okay, so somebody's clearly gonna get mad if they hear this out of context. But no, but anyway. So that said,
Mm-hmm.
June the 3rd is when The Boys season 3 is dropping. Did they say whether or not it was going to be the entire season or if they're probably going to do like they did last season and probably drop 3. This has been par for the course for Amazon and other streaming services. They'll probably drop the first 3 episodes on June 3rd and then just kind of slow release everything else. That seems to be the meta right now for
but I got 2 months of content right there because I'm finally going to be streaming again officially in May. Why, you ask? Because that's when Evil Dead the game come out.
Oh shit! Oh, so we playing?
I'm finna be on that. I'm finna be on it. I don't know if you're gonna be playing. I'm gonna be playing.
Yeah. No, I'm getting it. I
don't know if you one of them charlatans that don't have something against the Epic store because it's an Epic exclusive.
No, dude, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Do you know how many free games? Do you know how many free games I got off of Epic? I have almost as many Epic games as I do Steam games. Or actually, no, I take that back. I have over 420 some odd Steam games. Just games, not DLCs, just games in my Steam library. I have half as many games in Epic, and I didn't buy but 3 of them. So I fucks with the Epic Game Store, okay? I fucks with the Epic Game Store.
We got Evil Dead the game coming out in May, and then I can slide right into The Boys in June. Did you say something about Cecilia Reyes?
Wait, huh?
Why do you hate Cecilia Reyes?
What? What did I say about Cecilia Reyes?
Oh, no. I know my memory not that bad that he said something about Cecilia Reyes.
Did I say something hateful about Cecilia Reyes? Well, I don't recall.
I'm confused.
I don't think I've ever said anything terrible about Cecilia Reyes. Okay, I will say this. A long time ago, probably like 80 Blerd caves ago, I probably said that when Cecilia Reyes initially came out, I wasn't crazy about her character because she was a self-hating mutant. And they didn't really do anything with her of any consequence for a while. But, like, I didn't hate the character. I just didn't think she was as interesting as Maggot, who also debuted around roughly the same time. And they did about roughly the same thing with him. He was they played a weird bait and switch with him that they never paid off. What's up?
I gonna lie to you. I had to Google who the fuck Cecilia Reyes was, and I'm like, oh, that's the evil chick that got ate by the demon bear in that fake New Mutants movie.
There you go. Which, here's the thing. I actually like Alice Braga as an actress. I don't think she did a bad job in the role that she was getting. I mean, was that Cecilia Reyes? Was that Dr. Cecilia Reyes? No. That was Dr. Cecilia Reyes in name only. What I'm saying is that Alice Braga did a good job playing the character that she was directed to play because you weren't supposed to like her. You were supposed to be happy when she got ate, and Alice Braga did a good job of making me not feel for her as a character. And while I know it's very chic to shit on that New Mutants movie, I don't hate it. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I still enjoy it to this day. Are there parts of it?
Don't you lie like that? You didn't like Danielle Moon Pie. Don't you lie like that?
I wasn't mad about her the way you were. I knew what it was supposed to be. I knew this wasn't supposed to be the Mirage who's walking around on Krakoa right now. These were all younger versions of these characters, and it was fucking Fox, for Christ's sakes. They don't accurately adapt anybody, not even Wolverine.
Why did I start thinking about the Hitman movie? As soon as you said that, I started thinking about the Hitman movie.
See? Dude, what was it? Hitman with the big ass head?
Why they have Timothy Olyphant do that, man?
Dude, did you see the one with Rupert Friend?
Absolutely not.
Dude, that shit was that okay. That actually made the Timothy Olyphant one look good. But no, but anyway, yeah. I was about to say, Alejandro, unless you could tell me what I said,
I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm very confused, and I'm assuming that you misinterpreted something that I said. But that out of the way.
Recommend.
Actually, first, let's do hauls first. I want to show some things I got.
Only got one cough drop left.
Here we go.
Oh,
right
you
here.
mean comic book haul? Okay.
Yeah, I'm stealing this from I Freaking Love Comics too. So yeah, there you go.
What's that? The Hellfire Gala?
This is the Hellfire Gala in hardcover, and it looks beautiful. Smells good too.
This motherfuckers around here smelling books. Why couldn't they have on their gala drip on the cover?
There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Well, because I think what they decided to do, I thought it was a better idea to do the cover of Marauders.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would have been a better idea to do the cover of Marauders. That let's see. I think this is actually it. Is this it? Actually, I don't know if they even have the actual. Yeah, this one. I actually thought this would have been the better cover.
It would have been dope.
Like, they would have done this. I think this would have been the better cover. But they went with the cover of Planet-Size X-Men #1, which is a weird choice. It's a weird choice. We hear on that one. But this is good. This is every issue of all of the different Dawn of X books, whether it was X-Men, Marauders, Excalibur, whatever. Any issue that had anything to do with the actual Hellfire Gala, not the setups, but like the actual gala itself. It's all in here. The other thing, actually I set this down because it'd be too hard to put back. I also picked up these.
Where's the other one?
Oh, here, I'm gonna show it. Oh, and I also have a story to share. So, okay, so for those who don't know what I'm holding, this is book 2 and 3 hardcover. This is book 2 and 3 hardcover of Saga. You're probably asking yourself, well, Blerd, where's book 1?
Where is book 1, Blerd? Blerd without fear, sir.
I haven't returned it yet because I wanted y'all to see this.
Y'all finna cuss just like I did.
So here is book 2. Book 1. Doesn't it look lovely until you open it? So, when I opened the book, much to my dismay, this happened. See this? See this? Oh, I'm not done. Also, look at this. So, I immediately processed a return to Amazon. They sent me a new book. And then they sent me this one. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, what's wrong with it? Well, you can probably see right here. Here, let me get this up close.
Product fucked up again.
Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this. This is all torn up. On this side as well. The inside of the book is fine. Like the binding of the book is good.
So you fucked up your new copy. Or you fucked up your old copy. You get a new copy. They got that box and just did this shit.
Dude, and see, here's the thing. My wife, she works for Amazon, and when I showed this to her, she looked at me and said, yeah, they don't give a fuck about books. They just be flinging the motherfuckers. And I'm like, God damn. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to return this one as well because it's damaged. And I'm just going to go to my local comic shop and just buy it because I was trying not to leave the house is what was going on. And, other thing that I got, and I know some people will probably be haters because that's what people do whenever I bring up one of my personal favorite superheroes. I also picked up this Captain Marvel in hardcover.
Hey, that looks like an Omni.
Yeah, this actually is. This actually has Ms. Marvel number 1 through 23, so first appearances and whatnot. Marvel Team Up 61 and 62 and 76 and 77. Has Defenders number 57, Marvel 2-in-1 number 51, Marvel Superheroes number 10 through 11, Avengers 200 and Annual 10, and material from the Avengers number 197 through 199. There's a reason why 200 ain't in there, because that's the one with the problematic story arc about her being impregnated by her son from the future. And then they also... Yeah, the story arc that no one at Marvel wants to take credit for. Everybody who was connected to that book has denied having anything to fucking do with it. If you're curious about details, I did a video about Captain Marvel Carol Danvers. I talk about it in some detail there. And also has Marvel Fanfare number 24. And if you're curious, yes, it does have the issue where Miss Marvel and Rogue have a confrontation. So yeah. Those are my hauls. I don't know if you have anything, Carter. It's something that's kind of dropped on you. I just like showing shit off when I get it. But yeah. Do you have any hauls or a recommended this week?
I have hauls, but I only got one cough drop left. But no, my haul is actually in a different room. I didn't know we were even doing this. That was very impromptu. It caught me off guard.
I'm sorry.
My recommended this week was something that I actually had to get digitally because the physical copy was actually sold out at my shop, which actually rather pissed me off.
Oh shit, what happened?
They just sold out of it before I could get there because I got there not when apparently they sold it out right when they opened. Because people knew that was the last issue. But my recommended this week is Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer.
Speaking of last. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
This was the end of that miniseries.
Is it done? That was the last issue? Fuck, I didn't realize that, dude. That just goes to show I haven't read it yet. So let me put that out there on blast right quick. But yeah, I kind of put it off because I was like, oh, they probably got one or two more issues. I'll just wait. And now I'm sitting here looking stupid.
Well, they did it in a really good way to where they could if they wanted to, but it was very final. It was the end.
I heard a little bit of a spoiler for it. I hear that Spike got some respect put on his name.
Well, he'd been getting that for like past 2 issues.
Well, yeah.
And if you all don't know what I'm talking about, Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer was done by Casey Gilly. Basically, this was in the near future, or it was in the fucking future. Buffy's an old lady at this point.
She's old woman Buffy.
There you go. Basically, something happened to where the sun just didn't come up anymore. There was a deal made with humans and vampires, but behind the scenes, every Slayer was slaughtered. Everybody was gone.
And then the sun been blacked out?
Yeah, the sun had been blacked out. And this is completely different from the show. In this universe, Willow and Tara actually have a daughter. Buffy doesn't have...
This is why I got featured up on the cover too, by the way. The kid,
Thessaly.
Thessaly.
Yeah, Thessaly is her name. Buffy finds out that she's super old, but for whatever reason, she can't die. And she finds out that she might be immortal, but her powers are being weird. And the only person that she really has to confide in is the one person that she can't stand. And the one person that a lot of people are still pissed to this day didn't really get any kind of a proper ending, which is Anya.
Anya got done so dirty in season 7. Dude, she died off camera. Anya was fighting the fucking super vampires, and like literally they cut away. The next time you see her, she on the ground like this, dead.
I'm gonna tell you what that reminded me of. Hickman's Secret Wars, when Cyclops had the Phoenix and he walked up on Doom and Doom hit him with that Mad TV Steven Seagal just quick neck snap in one panel, a very tiny panel. Scott Summers is just up out of here. But yeah, my recommended this week.
Well, hold on, wait. I would have showed those talking about. No fanfare. This is the shot you see. Like Anya was literally just breaking fools off. And then literally when they running out the crumbling super vampire stronghold as it's crumbling down into the earth in the hellmouth. This all you get. We don't get no, like Xander don't get to say goodbye. Don't nobody get to say, hey, Anya, we're going to miss you. Nah, the bitch just dead on the ground. The camera on her. She just laid out. She taking a nap. She taking a nap. This is all we get. That's all we get. Anyway, carry on.
But yeah, that's gonna be. It was a nice little ribbon that was wrapped on those 4 issues.
Okay.
And I mean, shit, it's 4 issues. It's a quick read. It's a good story in those 4 issues. But yeah, brother, that is gonna be my recommended. Now I'm just waiting on the actual Buffy series, the next issue to come out, as well as Angel. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Angel's been really good. Angel's been really good. I like it. I didn't think I would like it, but I really like it. That one also kind
Jesus
of is
Christ. He did it again.
Look,
he
just
did it again.
Coming out the gate swinging, Lord. Okay, hold on. Let's get this before I jump by here. Let's get these super chats right quick. We got first of all, we got one from Lamar Rolack with a $5 super chat. Says, Carter, you got any plans on attending WonderCon this year? I think you said.
As far as I know, WonderCon is in Anaheim, and I am nowhere near Anaheim.
Okay.
I don't know anything about LA. I could be like an hour away, but as far as I know, no.
Okay.
But if I Google map it and it ain't that far, possibly.
Like, is it Uberable?
There you go.
Is it Uberable? If not, maybe not. Let's see here. And then, of course, we also got Jonathan Moda coming through here with the Hunted. The Hunsky says, just trying to help with those gas prices. Be safe out there, my friends. Get those motherfucking likes up. God damn it. We appreciate it.
How much is gas in Memphis right now?
Whoo. You know what? Let's find out.
I was gonna say, you got to remember, I'm in LA because I got a number for you. I just want to know how bad Memphis is.
Ooh,
and
man.
To answer your question, Trent, no, Xander did not even see her die.
No,
he didn't even know her body was right there.
Nope, he did not. Gas. Matter of fact, here. I'm gonna bring up some stuff because I think here it is. Just to go back to it because I wanna make sure y'all understand what I mean when I say what I say. Xander didn't even see. This is Xander right here. This is Xander right here. Xander is literally, he has no clue. He has no clue. He does not. I think he was looking for
her name.
Yeah, he was
for her on the way out.
Yeah, but he couldn't find her, and there she is right there, dead on the ground. Lord have mercy. Get me out of here. There are some things I love about season 7, and they're very few and far between. But like I loved Nathan Fillion in season 7.
That crazy preacher.
Yeah, that's crazy preacher. I thought that was the best part of it. That was the best part of season 7. I did not like the first being the villain because they'd already defeated the first evil. They defeated the first evil in an episode of season 3, for Christ's sakes, of Buffy. I was like, why are y'all bringing this? This is not a big bad. This isn't the big bad. And like you had, like honestly, Buffy should have ended at season 5 like it was originally supposed to and been done. Season 6 was okay, but it really didn't get swinging for me until you got to the Dark Willow stuff. Though I will say one of my favorite episodes is in season 6, and that's the musical episode. Once More with Feeling. That's one of my favorite episodes of Buffy, period.
Evil Willow was season 6?
Yep, Evil Willow was season 6.
God damn, how many episodes was in season 6?
Because here's the thing. Buffy ended at season 5, but because people demanded more,
that's when
they brought it back.
Yeah, because that's when it went from WB, and then it went to UPN.
Yeah, UPN. Yeah, you pick a you know what.
Yeah.
But yeah, gas prices in Memphis right now, I got it pulled up. Okay. You're looking at almost $4, but I know in your area that's probably considered cheap. Ooh, 8. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't. Yeah.
Well, them Uber scooters is getting used. You hear me?
What you said. Look, and right now, I'm about to say you're looking at a little over $4, almost $4.25 if you go for premium. But if you're going for like regular.
Yeah, regular degular here is $7 off top.
Ooh.
Give me that.
Ooh. God, that hurt my soul. Ooh, man, that hit me in my chest. Also, Hamaru, thank you for the Blerd Club Silver. Thank you, my guy. We appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the love.
I remember one of my buddies, he put in like the group text when he filled his, he didn't even fill his tank up. I think he got up to like maybe a quarter or a half. And he was like, bruh, I just bought Elden Ring again.
Bro, look, I ain't gonna lie. When you told me them gas prices, this was me on the ground, like Anya, dead the motherfucker. I was like, ugh.
I think that boy got like a Camry or something. I'm like, Jesus.
God damn.
I bought Elden Ring again.
Bruh. Actually, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm actually glad you said that. I don't know if you realized how good of a lead-in that you just gave.
Uh-oh.
So my recommended this week is not a comic. It's that rang, y'all. Them Elden Rings. Them rangs that is Elden. No, Elden Ring is gonna be my recommended, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why I'm recommending this is because unlike any video game that I played in the last year, in the last calendar year, I've never craved playing a game on this level. Elden Ring is so good, I own it on 2 platforms. I
ended up buying it for PC?
I did. I ended up buying it for PC. Yep.
What?
I got tired of moving my PlayStation back and forth from the living room to here, because my wife is a really nice woman, and
that's all you got to say right there. That's all you got to say.
Well, no, I'm gonna put some respect on her name, because whenever I come into the living room, it doesn't matter what she's watching, she'll just hand me the controller. Because she usually just rewatches stuff she's already seen, or the stuff that she is watching that she hasn't seen before, she's either not that interested in it, or she's like, I can watch this anytime. She would rather watch what I want to watch. And she usually says it's because I have better taste than her, is what she usually says. But it is also probably because secretly she knows that I don't like some of the shit she watches. And she knows that while I'm quiet about it, she knows what I'm thinking. While she's watching. Like, I'll watch, sometimes I'm quiet, like she'll be watching Grey's Anatomy, which she knows I do not like, but if I come in the room, she's watching Grey's, she will completely cut that shit off and hand me the remote. I don't even have to say nothing, which, I appreciate, because, it shows that we have a communication.
Hey, Zombie mentions in the chat, because, I'm in SoCal. He said there's a spot up there in NorCal.
What?
$8.55.
$8.55
a gallon.
What? What?
I'm so happy I ain't got a car out here.
Why?
Ooh, I'm happy.
Damn. What is this? Bruh, I would never drive again. Ever in life. But no, Elden Ring is the game I'm gonna or the thing that I'm gonna recommend this week, and the reason why is because, like all week and since the game came out, anytime that I've wanted to play it, anytime that that I'm doing other shit, like yesterday, I had tons of shit to do, but all I could think about was playing Elden Ring. I've literally been enjoying that game so freaking much that it is honestly it defies belief, honestly. But I love it. I love the game. It's a fun game. It's probably Elden Ring is probably one of the more fun games that I've honestly played in a long time. It's got the difficulty that Soulsborne games have, with the quality of life changes that, while yes, they make the game easier, there's still a high degree of challenge, because when you start the game off, one of the first bosses that you can fight is literally right outside the starting area, and he is daring you to come run his fade, because he will fuck you up right out the gate. Y'all hear people talking about the tree sentinel? Yes, the tree sentinel. You see that big ass gold motherfucker like ride on that horse with a giant ass axe? you better step your ass back, because that man has hands for you. They free. Like, was it Carter got the only hand shirt? That's what he got. He got an only hands, and he does have a free tier. He will fuck you up.
Oh, Triple Dot 31 said the cheapest gas out here is Taco Bell.
White Castles is the cheapest. That's what Sir G said. Oh god. But no, I have made 4 characters in this game already: a sorcerer, a faith user, a samurai, and a regular warrior. And I've been enjoying all 4 classes, playing the game over in different ways. I have found ways to cheese the fuck out of the game. And because the game is as difficult as it is, I don't even feel guilty about cheesing some of the enemies and bosses in the game. Like, there was a dude... Carter, you said you never really played as much Dark Souls. You played more Bloodborne, right?
Okay. Let me tell you how much Dark Souls I played. I played a little bit of Dark Souls 2. The beginning area where there are rats and skeletons, I died. I got turned into a ghoul, did not know what that meant. Took it back to GameStop and bought Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. I bought Dark Souls 3. Mm-hmm. I got past that very first boss that looked like he had a symbiote on him. Yes. And then somebody in this lovely community was watching me stream and said, you see that person sitting in that chair? Kill them and you get a really good early game item. Mm-hmm. I killed this person that was sitting in a chair in Dark Souls 3, and then some weird ballerina bitch came out of nowhere and just kept one-shotting me.
Yeah.
And then I find out people were just trolling.
They were trolling you.
End-game boss.
Yeah.
That's just right there. So I'd never played a Souls game again.
You should, honestly, I think you should give, I won't tell you to go back and play Dark Souls 1 or 2 because, well, while I don't even like Dark Souls 2 at all. I like Dark Souls 1, but that game is obtusely difficult, and it's not because the game is actually genuinely difficult. It's because the controls aren't that great. And there's certain mechanics that aren't available to you because of the limitations of the game design. Dark Souls 3, I think, is the best Dark Souls game, period. But
I'm looking at Elden Ring because literally every fucking body is playing Elden Ring.
Our homie Bishop is playing it. Yeah,
I just got the damn Discord alert right now that he's going live. But I'm gonna tell you something. Mods help games get bought, and Sifu has a mod
for the talk about the Daredevil junk. Yep. That's why I'm getting it on PC. I was originally going to get it on PlayStation, but now I'm going to get it on PC.
And I'm not even talking about the red. I'm talking
he's about the black suit.
I saw that mod, and apparently there's somebody actually went into the game code of Sifu, and there were moves in there that they kind of didn't utilize. This guy unlocked it and then put those moves in there with the dude's regular move. So you real deal for to have Daredevil in there. So yeah, Sifu's getting bought. I've been on the fence for Sifu ever since people were beating that thing quick, fast, and hurry. But that Daredevil mod. Then I saw the Green Ranger mod too.
Oh yeah, no. Wait. But here's the thing though. When he kicks, does he say "See ya"? See ya?
If he doesn't, I'm cool with it. If they turn the enemies into putties.
Oh man! Oh, Lord! But here's like, and can they play Go Green Ranger Go while I'm beating asses? But no. But at the end of it all, Elden Ring.
Jonathan Mosley, you gotta cut it out, bro.
Oh my God, dude, John, bruh. Y'all can't see the message on the screen, but look at the chat. This man said, "Carter, if you have Steam, I'll gift it to you." Bruh. Also, man, thank you for the 15 months, by the way. Man, just out here, y'all. Yeah, but no, Sifu is a tough-ass game. It's not for the faint of heart. It is not for the faint of heart. Just like Elden Ring is not for the faint of heart. If you're a person who gets easily frustrated when you die in a video game or you lose, Elden Ring, and I would even dare say the other Dark Souls and Bloodborns and stuff like that, that ain't for you then. But no, the reason why I brought all that up, Carter, the reason why I asked, because I just realized we got way off track and never finished my statement. You remember in Bloodborne when in the first area where that giant ass boulder would come barreling at your ass? It would like when you go across that long bridge.
Yes.
There's a spot like that in Elden Ring, and there was like a powerful NPC enemy that was blocking my way to the boss of that area, and dude was running my fade like crazy. So you know what I did? There was nothing stopping me from backpedaling out of the room where I was fighting him. There wasn't like a fog wall or anything. So I backed my ass up, stood in the area where someone left a message and said, this is a safe space, basically letting you know that like the boulder wouldn't hit you if you stood here, because it goes the same path every time.
Yeah.
I led that motherfucker out of the room and just watched him get broke off by that boulder like several times. Like I think it took 3 before he finally died. Because what he would do is here's the thing. I love what they do with the AI. The AI in this game is actually intelligent. When that boulder hit him the first time, he almost refused to come back out. Like he would get close enough, he'd be like, "Ooh, no, the boulder." And then finally, I just kept tapping him with them knives. I had the throwing knives. I kept tapping him enough times. He went ahead and came on out. But yeah, Elden Ring is basically like someone I heard on a podcast said this, and I think this is the best way to put it. Elden Ring is basically Skyrim with better combat. Like it's Skyrim with better, because the combat in this game is deep, nuanced. There are tons of they added little special moves that you can collect and add to your weapons.
Saying deep and nuanced, and the one thing I've seen from all these people on Twitch is everybody using magic. It's a whole bunch of goddamn Sabrina teenage witches around here one-shotting bosses.
Well, that's because sorcery is broken as fuck. Okay, case in point, Bloodborne. Do you know what one of the most powerful builds in the game is?
My Chicago build with the blood.
Close. Actually, magic. But magic is so underutilized in Bloodborne because they don't give you that shit until the game damn near over. Like the best sorceries in the game, you don't get till it's damn near over. But yeah, so that's why the Chicago is usually the preferred one. That's what I use. They also brought back the Chicago for this game, in a manner of speaking.
Yeah, I heard about it.
But no, if you play as a sorcerer, you're not gonna see all these crazy moves. But if you play as like a warrior, a samurai, or like any kind of melee class, you will see it. There's tons of shit. There's even stuff for sorcerers. It's just that the stuff that people use who use magic is so broken. Why use anything else? Hell, somebody just put out a thing where you can get an infinite like your focus points that you use to use spells. There's a thing where you can get temporary infinite focus points. Dude literally took the most powerful spell in the game and just shot it at the boss until that motherfucker's health just like it was one of those, it was like the moonlight beam from Dark Souls. It's just a sustained beam and it fires for as long as you have focus points. And dude just sat there, was like, and dude's health just went gone. Because it staggers as well, so unless the enemy can get to you, they're not gonna stop you from doing it. But anyways, all that aside, let's get into some questions, because I saw some just a ways back. First and foremost, let's take a look. Let me see. Do we got anything in the Discord question-wise? I think we got some questions in the Discord. We'll answer those real quick. Dude Man says, Vainglorious! As we quickly approach spring-summer season, what are you looking forward to in these coming months? This message is protected by the red, the black, and the green with a key. Hashtag get those likes up. Thank you, Dude Man. Summer, spring season. What am I looking forward to? Well, I mean, I think it's safe to say that I am most certainly looking forward to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Outside of that, I would say, man, this is okay. No, I do know. There's a game coming out that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Sons of the Forest is coming out in May. As is Evil Dead. Evil Dead will be out. And I'm looking forward to that as well. Beyond that, The Boys, Season 3. I'll go with that. Carter, what about you? Anything you looking forward to? Oh, my wife's birthday. Almost forgot. There you go. Her birthday is in the summer.
Boy, there was an ass whooping coming for you.
I'll never forget her birthday, but I was just oh yeah, my wife's birthday is in the summer as well. So it was kind of an aside.
I feel like she is off camera looking at your ass in the door like, I wish you would.
I mean, look, hey. I know what time it is, okay? But no, what about you? What are you looking forward to this summer?
Man, honestly, I spoke on it earlier. I'm looking forward to Evil Dead the game. I'm looking forward to the Batman dropping on HBO Max.
Yes.
And I'm just saying that until it comes out of home video and then I can buy it. I'm actually looking forward to you all gonna call me a fanboy. You all gonna say this is easy, but Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with looking forward to a movie that is probably going to be one of the biggest movies of the year.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
What's up?
I'm looking forward to you finally leaving Dead by Daylight the fuck alone.
Well, what makes you think I'm going to leave it alone?
A man can hope, a man can dream.
Oh, okay.
But no, I think the only other thing I'm really looking forward to, it's not in the summer though, but my boy's wedding. I'm gonna be in a wedding. I've never been in a wedding before. I'm hoping to have my way with many a bridesmaid.
You get to hang out with Mr. and Mrs. Pikachu Lita?
No. You didn't hear what I said. I said I wish to have my way with many bridesmaids. That's the words that came out of my mouth.
But it's gonna be Mr. and Mrs. Pikachu Lita's wedding, though, right?
Okay, you didn't. You make me repeat myself for a third time. I said I am waiting to have my way with some bridesmaids. Evo.
Oh yeah, Evo is coming up too. Yeah.
Evo is coming back and it's in Vegas, and I'm hoping a few friends of mine are going to be there so that I have a reason to take off work and go to Evo. Yeah. You might get some Guilty Gear Strive streams out of your boy because I was kind of nice with Axel.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, those are something I'm looking forward to.
Also, I'll go. We'll go with that. Urban Prince of Strong.
God damn it, he actually did it.
Well, damn. Well, there you go. Go ahead, hit that install button, pimp. Thank you for.
Thank you. I guess I'm playing Elden Ring now.
And you can play it with me.
Thank you.
You can play with me because I got it on PC as well. So Urban Prince of Strong Styles asked, salutations, Blerd and Carter. My question of today: which superheroes have the biggest beef with each other? Honestly,
superheroes. Shit, come reading that Moon Knight Devil's Reign. Everybody got a problem with Moon Knight.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Moon Knight. Shit.
Boy got to sit at the table with the criminals.
Man, right? Dude, he couldn't, man. By the way, if you have that is actually, I think if you want to look at a Devil's Reign tie-in, that might be my favorite one they've done. But yeah, I would say beyond Moon Knight, if the most recent issue of Moon Knight, as we believe, Wong and Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Because what was it?
Has gotten buffed in the comics, in the movies.
Dude, Wong ain't no joke no more. I love how in that issue of Moon Knight where he goes to the Sanctum Sanctorum, and the first thing Wong brings up, how he put hands on Doctor Strange. I was like, bruh. It's too soon. Moon Knight, get out of here. Wong gonna kill you. But no, but they also, that whole thing was pretty awesome. But yeah, I would definitely say, Moon Knight and everybody, because he does things his own way, and he does things in ways that aren't normal. So it causes shit. Oh, Punisher. Because especially with the recent issue, which, by the way, Punisher, even though I didn't recommend a comic, I will recommend Punisher #1. I really liked it. That book has a fucked up ending. That book has a fucked up ass ending, by the way.
Did you see how she still had?
Yes. Yep. That was messed up, bruh. But no, I will definitely say that. Yeah, Punisher and Daredevil butt heads more often than not. And if you go back to old New Warriors, Night Thrasher and Nova did not get along at all, and they were on the same team with each other. Because some of you may or may not remember the way when Nova joined the New Warriors, he didn't have his powers. He was powerless at the time, and Night Thrasher threw that dude off a roof without asking him first to scare him into getting his powers back, and it worked. And when Nova came back and was like, dude, why'd you do that shit? He was like, I didn't know that was going to work. I just had a theory. That he Batmaned him. Night Thrasher was basically Batman. He was actually as hardcore as Batman was before Batman really started getting his hard. Like the way Batman is now, Night Thrasher was like that then, even before Batman was really getting in. Batman was dipping his toe in that shit. Night Thrasher was like, nah, I'm in. This is my life now.
My life be like,
man. And Blind Tiger says, ever since y'all started reading comics, what would you say is your Mount Rushmore of comic book stories you've ever read? This could be from any publisher or time period. You know what? This is a good one, and I'm actually going to make a note about this one because I'm going to put this on the FAQ because I know it's going to get asked again. This is the first time it's ever been asked, but this will definitely be coming up again. I can go ahead and say it right now without you having to think about it too hard. And I said it now, and I probably just jinxed myself. Daredevil Born Again, one of my favorite story arcs of all time. After that, I'm actually going to put House of X in that list.
Okay.
As well, just because it was very revolutionary. I'm also going to put ooh, man, this is actually one of the tougher ones. So I will put Bitterroot in there as well. Bitterroot goes in that list. And the last one is going to be kind of a tough one for me because honestly, there's so many things that come very close. But I tell you what, no, I'm going to tell you what. The Ta-Nehisi Coates Black Panther run. There you go. That's it. What you got?
I need to just see his name so I can be reminded. I don't think it was them though. Was it this one? Okay, so mine. Oh, it was this one. Cocksucker. It was this one. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to get the name and everything right.
You're good.
Off rip. Mine would be Tom King's Omega Men.
There you go. I like it.
Second thing. Matter of fact, you know what? This isn't. So everyone knows Superior Spider-Man got me back in it. But this is my GOAT. Omega Men is my GOAT. I don't want to call this woman a GOAT, but
I should have known. I knew it was coming.
Gail Simone and Josh Ostrander's Secret Six run. I was really happy that I got that complete run. I just gave it a chance on a whim because Comics and Collectibles had every issue of that run collected, taped up. I think shit was like $20 too for that entire thing. Oh God, what would I? No, I'm not gonna do that. That'll get the kill. I'll go Invincible.
Invincible? All right. I'm surprised you didn't put up Saga.
So, funny thing, I was gonna say why,
Okay.
I was gonna say why, because
okay,
that was actually Superior Spider-Man got me back in, but why was one of the first things I had read to start. But
and he's talking about Why the Last Man, just so
yeah, Why the Last Man. But I still have the bad taste in my mouth that was that show and how they fucked it up.
Mm-hmm. I didn't dislike the show. I'm sad they got canceled, but that's
they ruined it, man. In my opinion, they ruined it. But yeah, give me one. Wonder Woman, Dead Earth without question. Tom King's Omega Man without question. Give me Invincible, and I thought I gave you 4. I gave you 3.
You did.
I did give you 4. What did I say?
You said Omega Man, Wonder Woman, Dead Earth. You said the Gail Simone Secret 6.
There you go.
There you go.
And if people,
I was paying attention.
No, but that's bad that you remembered it and I don't, and I said it. That's bad.
Well, yeah. Well. Moving along, we won't harp on it. Jay Dizzle says, fellas, help a brother out. Since Hoxpox, this one mystery has been burning in the back of my brain. Where in the hell is Moira's accent? I saw her wearing Banshee's face on Wednesday, and as shocking and silly as that was, I was like, did I miss something from when I was reading in the early 80s to now? Yeah, her accent has kind of dipped. Though part of me wonders if it has more to do with the fact that she's lived so many lives that it's just kind of like, if you take a person who was, whether regardless of how they were born, whether it was like, whether like say, case in point, I'll use, I can't think of the actor's name, so I'm not going to use an example. But anyway, point of the matter is, you take someone who was like, say they were born in the UK, they come from, like an English background, the family, parents, so on and so forth. But let's say maybe they only lived there for a few years, they grew up, but they've lived in America for like the rest of their lives. Yep. And eventually, while they may keep the accent, it may eventually go away. Just because it's one of those things like Charlie Hunnam. That's what I was thinking about. Charlie Hunnam, who is the actor who plays Jax Teller on Sons of Anarchy. He's not American. He's English. But I remember watching an interview with him where he said being on Sons of Anarchy for as long as he was and being Jax Teller, he actually lost his accent. He actually had to train himself to get it back. So, one
thing I was going to ask you, because someone asked me this when I streamed the other week.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to know your opinion on this as well. So this is my question from the stream.
Okay.
When it pertains to Moira, they asked me, was everything that happened with Moira, was it basically an X-Men story about a villain, or did she only become the way that she did because of Mystique and Destiny? Because
I actually answered this in my video. She was already that way. This isn't anything. No, this isn't. Yeah. In my video for 10 Deaths of Wolverine #4, I actually bring this up. I don't spend a lot of time on it, but basically what I said was, and this is not an exact quote, but basically what she's doing now was already there. She was just being a good person, like helping mutants, because she was scared to death of what would happen if Destiny or Mystique got a hold of her. So she tried doing things the other way. And now that like all this shit's kind of played out, she's just like, well, fuck it. I'm just going back to the way things used to be. Because she already wanted to cure mutants. She already wanted to create a mutant cure, even though she knew what the consequences of releasing that cure would be. All this shit was already going to happen anyway. And she's already been thinking about making that cure a reality again, which I don't know why she even needs to. They already had one. But yeah, neither here nor there. That said, let's get into shit. I don't want to lose these. So I'm not gonna. Okay, here it is. I can answer these real quick. What is Saga? Saga is a comic when it is not beat the fuck up. And yes, this is a baby breastfeeding. I know. Just don't get mad because you saw a titty. But anyway,
if that makes you mad, you're gonna be really mad when you open that first page.
Oh yeah, dude. Somebody look, this motherfucker's literally getting In like, wait, let me double check. Hold on.
I think it's literally the first page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, I love the conversation. Like, there's a point where, like, and this is actually very realistic. There's a point where
we finna get banned. I thought you fell short.
No. There's a part where she's like, when he's asking her about the pain she's in giving birth, she's like, it actually doesn't, like, I mean, she's groaning and shit while saying this, but she's like, it doesn't hurt at all. She's like, it feels good. Is it sick that it feels so good? Well, actually, I would imagine it is also painful as well, but that might have more to do with her being an alien. But yeah, it's about two alien species in a Star Wars-esque universe. It's like a space opera, basically. Not saying it's Star Wars, but it's a space opera. A man and a woman who come from two rival alien species who are at war with one another have a baby. They're in love with one another. And their respective species find out about it, and because of the danger they think that this baby could potentially prove, not because saying it's going to be an all-powerful super alien baby or anything, I'm not saying that exactly, but just the representation that, or what that baby represents, because both sides kind of want this. They want this war. They want to eradicate each other. They're trying to eradicate them. The man, the woman, and the baby. That's just getting you into the first few issues. I'm not explaining the whole thing. But that's what you need to know about Saga. It's a very good book, though. Very good book. Let's keep it let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. I'm gonna get to these super chats here in a sec. I just don't want to lose some of these other questions I saw earlier that were kind of pertinent. Because we're already kind of over on time. Says, here's one from Bill. Says, will you guys discuss the X-Men June solicits, as well as Sabretooth number 2 and predictions to 10 Lives number 5? Be ready for the Hellfire Gala next week. No, we're not going to talk about that today, because honestly, we're like 3.5 hours in, and honestly, we should be wrapping up by now, period. But we're just answering questions, and we're about to get flagged. We'll probably talk about it next week, though. We'll probably talk about it. Just we had so much stuff going on that just wasn't time. What was it? Witch Doctor. This is a question. We said, I wish Elden Ring had black people hair, though. That is one thing. That's one area where the game fails. Some people criticize the way black people look in the game. Here's the thing. While I get the frustration, because I think the common criticism I saw people making was that if you wanted to make a black character in Elden Ring using the default stuff that's in the game, you'll basically just make a white person who looks like they're wearing blackface. That's how Souls games have been since time immemorial. But here's the thing, and you technically could do this with Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. You can make authentic-looking black people, minus the hair. However, you actually have to do it yourself. You actually have to go into the detailed character creator and then make the fuller lips, make the thicker nose, make the right cheekbones and stuff like that. Because that's what I've done. And here's the beauty of it. You're like, well, I want to do all that work every time I want to make a new character. Well, here's the beauty of it. The Soulsborne games have had this for a while. You can save your favorite cosmetic look. You can save it. So that way, if you decide to make a new character, you want to use that same one again, you don't have to go through the trouble. You just save it as a favorite. And you can save multiple favorites, and that's what I've done. I have like 4 or 5 different ones, and I just click on one and go, okay, cool, move on. But yeah, I went in, I actually did detailed, and I normally don't do this in games, by the way. I actually did it for this one. Normally, I just take whatever's there. But yeah, it can be done. It's not by default. You have to do a little work. Which is sad, but it is also no less true. Let's see here. Let's get back to it. Have you heard the announcements of 2 Marvel series, The Variants by Gail Simone and Al Ewing's Defenders Beyond? No sign of Cloud, though. I heard Gail Simone was on something, and I knew Al Ewing was doing something with Defenders, but I didn't really read into it beyond that. It's really weird. Solicits I look at very sparingly. I try not to read too far ahead, just because it feels like cheating. Let's see here. Here is a super chat from Walter Baptiste with the 1999 Canadian Super Chat says, I missed most of the show, so I'm going to have to catch the rerun. Thanks for the show recommendation. From was awesome. I also saw a lot of other people saying that it was great as well.
You are welcome.
There you go. It is a very good show. I've actually been enjoying it. Me and my wife have been watching it. He says, I would love another recommendation. Carter, do you have anything else up your sleeve that you would like to recommend?
1, 2, 3. So this show is already done. Unfortunately, the show was canceled, but it still got its ending. Hannibal.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a prequel to all the movies and stuff. So
like
there's no clarity.
Yeah,
prequel to that. It's just this was back when Hannibal Lecter was a shrink, a therapist, basically. This was what he's actually helping the police find these people that are doing these horrible crime stuff. But it's Mads Mikkelsen, if you know who that is. The Netflix movie Polar, the guy who
he was Caecilius in Doctor Strange.
Okay, there you go. Casino Royale, the guy who when he cried blood came out his eye. That guy, he's Hannibal Lecter in this. Really cool, really dope. That's one of my all-time favorite shows. It's only 3 seasons. Yeah, I think it's only 3 seasons. But yeah,
okay.
Hannibal is really good.
I will also recommend The Woman in the House. Which actually I finished it the other day. But yeah, The Woman in the House across the street from The Girl in the Window. It's a dark comedy series. The dark comedy doesn't really show up in the first episode. It almost doesn't seem like it's a dark comedy. But as the show goes on, you will start to see it. Weird shit will happen. And you'll, like, one of the things, as my wife and I were watching it, one of the things I kept having to even remind her, because something would happen, and she was like, oh my God, really? This is so cheesy. And I'd be like, well, you got to remember what this story is. Like, I don't want to spoil it because saying too much will spoil it. But basically, it's about a woman who, if I'm not mistaken, I forget what it is. It's, I forget the name. It's, ombrophobia, is what it is. Fear of the rain. So basically, when she gets caught in the rain, that's why she doesn't like go. That's why she's kind of a recluse. She doesn't like going out driving anywhere because, like, she'll freeze up and she just literally passes out. But she ends up witnessing a murder in the house across the street from her, where these people are living, and one of the people involved. It bounces back and forth like it's almost kind of a whodunit, but it's a whodunit with a twist because the character that Kristen Bell is playing. She is a grieving mother whose daughter passed away not long ago, and she's estranged from her husband, and she drinks a lot as a result of that, and she's taking antipsychotic medication, which is causing her to hallucinate. Take with that what you will. It's hilarious, though, even though it shouldn't be in some points. But yeah, if you ever watch it, you have like a, oh, come on moment. Just think about the fact, think about what it is, and you'll be okay. Gabriel Knight, also with the 1999 super chat, says, had to run some errands, so I missed most of the show. Just showing support. We appreciate you, pimp. Let's see here. Jason Davidson asks, does she recover her accent by wearing Banshee's face? No, not really. Nah, she just talks as normal.
Some Hannibal Lecter shit for real.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I just got done watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre when I read that the night before when I read that issue.
What is that movie? I heard that movie was some smooth trash.
I liked it. I mean, here's the thing. And I challenge anybody on this. Go back and watch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and tell me that it's like some great movie. It is not. It is a technical marvel in that it was made at all, but I don't think the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is that good. It has like a 40-something minute chase scene in it, and that's, I think, why people like it. But, like, it's one of those movies I think that doesn't age well. Maybe it does to some people, but it doesn't for me. I actually like the 2003 remake better. I don't know, just that one moved me more than the original one did. This one is okay. It's not great. It's kind of dumb in some parts, but like that's kind of what I expect. I've actually seen worse Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, and I'm not even talking about the first one. I've seen all the sequels. They're all terrible. Did y'all know Matthew McConaughey was in one?
Yes.
Did you know Dennis Hopper was in one?
No.
There you go.
Well, wait, was he a sheriff?
Yes. I think, yeah, he was like the sheriff or something like that. It was really fucking stupid.
Only one I cared about was the one Alexandra Daddario was in because Lord have mercy.
I didn't even like that one, but because they
I don't give a fuck about the movie.
Oh, I know what you're because we've talked about the scene before where she's like all strung up and her shirt's cut open.
It was her. It was the girl from Malcolm in the Middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Trey
Songz was in. Oh, he got his ass toe up. No, he got toe up. Well, that trend continues in this one. But no, let's see. Creek Evil says, how would y'all feel about the mainstream DCEU forgetting the return of Batfleck and just having Dick Grayson be Batman when we pick up after the Flash movie? Well, I mean, first off, they got to actually have a Dick Grayson to be in it.
According to you, they do.
Well, no, I mean, they
Mr.
did.
Titans fan.
No. I'm talking. Well, no, not talking about that Dick Grayson. I'm talking about the one. Okay, so for those who don't know, there is a Nightwing movie in the works. It's been in development hell for like the last several years. They have a guy who was cast to be in it. But I don't know if he is still. I don't know. Like, you remember Louis Tan, the guy that played the main character in the last Mortal Kombat movie, the guy who literally had plot armor. Yeah, he was the guy they cast years ago to play Nightwing, and the movie has never come out. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna still go with him or if they're gonna go with the guy from Titans. I don't know what they're doing, but whatever it is, honestly, I would be fine with whatever they choose. If they wanted to go that way, it definitely would be something we haven't seen before on camera. So there you go. Witch Doctor says want to see someone make Afro Samurai and Elden Ring. Challenge accepted. Let's see. Let's see here.
If Afro Samurai is possible to make, I'll play the hell out of the game.
Yeah, you can. You can make, dude, people have made all kinds of fucked up looking characters. Yes, you can make Afro Samurai. Bill says in the last scene of 10 Deaths of Wolverine, number 4, is Moira going up against Storm, or did she really take her down and grabbed a hold of either her or Jane Foster's powers? I think it's Jane Foster's powers that she's, because here's the thing, they didn't just wheel out Valkyrie for no reason. That's kind of been my whole thing, is that Valkyrie has been brought up for a very good and legitimate reason. Something tells me that she connects into this some way, shape, form, or fashion, because she did just kind of pop up out of nowhere and help Moira, like, just like, okay, yeah, here I am, bye. Like, she hit her with the Ezra Miller, just like, you know,
bye.
And then she like popped it, like they calling each other on the cell phone, and then, you know, she's like, oh hey, here's what's going on. Then
bye.
Like just left and right. So yeah, no, I that's what I think. Let's see. What else we got? I think that's gonna be it. Carter, what do you have to say to the good people before we head out?
Well, number one, I have to again thank Jonathan Moda. I think you want to thank Jonathan Moda because you wanted me to play this damn game, and well, now I got to.
Oh yeah, no, Carter was not having it. Like every time I brought it up, he was like, "No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it." I'm like, I was actually gonna gift it to him just to be funny, just to see if he would accept it. But,
plus, because you knew I would decline it and see this shit right back.
I knew.
That before to
he
him
has.
now.
He actually has. He actually has. Don't. He has done it. I'm not bullshitting. That dude's like, no. Delete. Send it back. Like I think I still have the email saved somewhere where it was like, your gift was not accepted.
But my thing is, I've been playing my Vita again, and I've been playing Persona 4. I've been hard body back into Persona 4 Golden. So this is just goodness. But yeah, wow. Thank you again. I also look at what's wrong. What happened?
No, wait, what? Huh?
Oh, God. Anyway,
I was confused. I thought you were saying something.
I was.
Oh, what were you saying? I didn't hear you.
I thought something had happened on you. No, I thought something.
No, I was
happened
looking for
on
something.
your
I was
end.
looking. Oh,
okay.
there was a question. Well, I saw there was two things. One, we did miss a question from Rough Rider. Said, "When does the Green Ranger stream happen?" I'm here for it. But I think that was more of a tongue-in-cheek thing. And Bill said,
It might not be.
I don't know. Bill said, "Just left the Hellfire Gala hardcover question. I don't see it. Unless it was like further back, I didn't see it. Let's see here. Oh, or was this it? Let's see. I'm looking back. I don't see it. Oh, I did miss. Speaking of things I did miss Speaking of Jonathan Moda, I did actually miss this one somehow. We got another 1999.
You just want to sing it again.
In the super chat says, "Stay awesome. Gotta go enjoy the game. Maybe see you online. You got this, man. Look at out here, man. Out here. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. But no, unless it's this one. This is the only thing I see that seemed like it was a question. Was this one? X-Men Monday's got a call for questions to the ex-office writers due tomorrow. Will you host, offer some questions to Jordan or the writers? They better be on this show. I did not know about it. I was unaware. But yeah, that's the only thing I could find, unless it didn't go through. That's the only thing that I can imagine. But yeah, that said, we're going to get out of here because, yeah, we are fast approaching 4 hours, and I don't want to do that. I have stuff I got to do. But no, thank you guys so much. And like I said, we will definitely be back next week. I don't know what's going to be going on exactly, but we'll have plenty to talk about. Keep your eyes peeled. There's more videos on the way. I'll be working on those. Trying out some new methods for recording videos, so you might see some videos that look different from what I usually do. So we'll see how that plays out. I will see you guys next time. We out of here. Bam.